Why, hello there, fellow adventurer. Please, take a seat. Let me share with you a story of daring and tragedy, laughter and mystery, and, most importantly, adventure. The following is a podcast of the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game. My name is Haley Schwartz, and I'm the Dungeon Master of a homebrew world known as Erith. Previously...
Wait, what do you think we're talking about?
What do you think we're talking about?
Not what you think.
Hello, the man that just left. Do you know him?
Oh, no, this is a free place, but you cannot bring a dead dog into my shop! What are you doing?
There's a dragon right there!
Hang on!
Well, the sky is... it's looking rather gray today.
White light. Like a tiny, like almost like a lightning bug size light.
Akra's literally just standing on the stairs, just befuddled.
Like, what the fuck?
I've noticed that, you seem to like the shadows.
But then a beam suddenly comes out of all three of them and simultaneously hits all three of you. Or in front of Odo's desk. A portal opens up. By the rings of Virus.
And that clarifies nothing.
This is the ethereal plane. My name is Odo Puddlefoot, and I am a member of the Outer Circle. Shadow to the light, for all things must have balance, and a protector of the akin. For you are trespassing in my shop, and I banish you! Feel is on your left forearm. You see what appears to be a tattoo, a black tattoo of that star. That symbol on your arms, the Enchantress should know more. I don't know very much. The Inner Circle, that's definitely not a good sign. I don't agree with that very much. You're all out of tricks, halfling. And you watch as her form begins to change, as red bat-like wings envelop out of her, and her pale skin turns bright red as devil-like horns kind of appear out of her forehead.
Yeah. Because you know how that works, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That was unexpected.
It's fairly common knowledge. Scattered throughout the world of Erith are teleportation circles. You were standing on one of them.
And that is where we continue.
So, when we last left off, I'm really not going to even say very much about it because the party was split. The last you guys saw each other, you guys were in Sailor's Peak, and you guys had been just doing your normal business, kind of shopping around, just hanging out, waiting for Lady Farah to show up.
What
time
of day was it?
It was morning. It was very early. It was early morning. It wasn't noon yet. You guys had been using all of the morning to just kind of be around Sailor's Peak and hang out. And yeah, now you guys are no longer in Sailor's Peak, and there are 6 of you. However, one of you.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. However, one of you is not who you would expect. There is one of your gray half-orc friend is no longer with you, and there is now a hooded figure who you saw a couple wrinkles, but you know that
Tristan.
the person is tall, but that's about all you know at the time being. They did come up and say something to you, just said, just kind of a little greeting, and in the middle of the forest. And one thing you should know about the forest is that it is dim light. It is dimly lit. It's a very thick forest, is where you're in right now.
Dark vision.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is fine. Yeah, just letting everybody know it is dim lighting, and you are currently standing a little bit away from the trees. There's a little bit of a small clearing, and everybody is standing on top of a very large, what looks to be teleportation circle, which is made of stone and has very intricate runes and stuff that are marked all around it. And that is where we left off. And where we left off too, Darby came in with the said hooded figure, along with Darby holding an unconscious Lyndall, which Akra did use lay on hands. Yeah, did use. You said 5 points, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I wrote.
I split 5 between the 3 of
That's
us
what I
because
thought.
you were poisoned. I cured your poison.
Mm-hmm.
I got myself off of 5 health.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah.
put 5 points into Lyndall
Yeah.
because he appeared to be not conscious.
Yeah. And Lyndall, you wake up in Darby's arms, and last you saw, you were looking out.
He's numbing your arm.
Tristan, no sir.
Ow,
Oh my god.
stop.
Tristan, you're gonna go in the crate, baby.
Feeling you? I don't think that's the first time.
I don't think so either.
Bye.
But yeah, now you guys, so you wake up in...
And it won't be the last.
Yeah, you wake up in Darby's arms,
Last.
and you're no longer... Last you saw, you were peeking into one of the windows of Traveler's Cove.
Then I
And
feel
you
a
saw-
sharp pain. And I wake
Yeah,
up in the
you
middle
felt
of
a
the
very
forest.
sharp pain in your neck, and then it just went black, and now you're waking up, and it's still dark a little bit. It's still, I mean, not completely dark, some, a little bit of dimmer light, and you see trees, and you see 5 other people with you.
Do I?
Yeah.
Or I see a claw, and that's it.
You see the claw retracting back as that's happening,
No.
so,
You
yeah.
have my dice bag.
But yeah, you guys are now...
You cannot have my
in the
dice
mist.
bag.
I reach over and touch your pendant and cast light upon the symbol of Apollo, giving us
Nice.
bright light for an hour.
Nice.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I would
And
like
what's
to-
the range on that?
I think it's
30 feet,
30 feet.
30,
Nice symbolism.
50 million
Yeah.
feet.
A million feet? Okay.
20
million
feet.
feet.
entire
Rolling for every
world is
monster in
blinded.
the forest? A million feet? No, I'm kidding.
Deal.
I'd like to roll for perception if possible.
Roll
See if
perception?
there's anything around us.
Go for it. Make a perception check.
As Lyndall wakes up, he'd be like, what
18.
18. What you do notice, which is actually very important, because with the being kind of disoriented from
Tristan, go lay down.
Tristan, get in your crate. Crate, baby. What you see, you're a little bit disoriented after just getting back out of the teleportation circle and being in the forest, and you do see that the sun, you can look up a little bit, and you're kind of in the middle, there are some trees around, but there's a little bit of a clearing. You can see through the tree branches and stuff, and you can see that there is, the sun is setting to one way, so you currently know the directions of north, east, south, and west, which is very important. But you don't see, but you don't hear, you hear like wildlife, you hear some,
Birds.
but oddly enough, you hear, the birds that you hear are very, like, not songbirds that you're used to.
Like
you kind of hear
crows.
you kind of hear some crows and stuff kind of cawing in the distance, but not a lot of them. There's it's relatively quiet forest, but no, you don't see anybody except for just the ones that are on the circle.
I don't see any more enemies around it. Who are all of you?
Oh yeah,
I like to think that was in character.
It is. I don't, probably. Oh, probably. Who the
Who are
fuck?
all of
So,
you?
so at this point, can Lyndall wake up? See, he's no longer outside a window. He's in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Can he be... What time? It's dim light?
It's dim light. You saw, with your perception check, you saw that it is about... There was a little bit of passing time between you guys when you guys were in Traveler's Cove and now when you're here. But it's afternoon. You see that the sun is not quite setting yet. Maybe in like an hour or two it'll be setting, but it's like late afternoon.
Got you.
Getting into evening.
So everyone here is here except Xandus?
You see, yes. You look around, you see the only person that stands out to you is the person that you had encountered previously, because you know what happened to Xandus because you were there. Yeah.
Alright, what about, Ander?
You do see Ander.
I'm here.
And you do also see
as
Rosie.
well as
Yeah.
a small
Yeah, you do
black
still
dog.
see a small... Yeah, you, for the first time, actually...
Yeah, that would be the
Lyndall,
first time Lyndall
you see Ander carrying what looks to be kind of like Rottweiler-esque looking black coat with some brown.
Lyndall know what
That,
that is.
you would know what.
Specifically what
No,
like
no.
specific, yeah.
Mixed with a Rottweiler.
Specifically what it is, I would probably say, like, well, he's asking what kind of creature it is.
Oh,
not
would
just
you
the
know what kind of
description.
creature it is?
I don't know.
Actually, you might
Should I
make
make it
a. You can pick between either making a history or arcana check.
Okay.
I think he knows what it is.
I mean, it's the exact same, so 17.
Nice. You do. Yeah, you do know what it is. Actually, oddly enough, from your background, this actually equates more towards where you grew up. This is not information that you picked up on the road, but this is back to when you were back in Boybrook. and you know that it's not the most admirable town, not a very great place to be, but because of that, there's a lot of knowledge in more darker things, and you do know that even though it takes you a little bit to kind of look and identify because this is a lot smaller and kind of different in size and color, a little bit variation, but it is a death dog, which you would know to be like a monstrosity kind of creature, a very darker being that's not naturally seen in the world.
And
Ander
is coddling it.
Yeah, and you see that Ander is coddling a very smaller, puppy-like version of this close to his chest.
Alright.
With 2 heads.
So Lyndall was just... Darby still holding him?
Darby, do you drop Lyndall?
Come on now, Lyndall.
Do what?
What did you say?
Do you drop Lyndall?
No, I'm still holding him.
Yeah, Darby's still holding him.
Come on now, I'm still holding you.
He's caressing you closely, cuddling you slightly.
So Lyndall would jump out of Darby's arms.
Yeah.
Jump out of Darby's arms and draw his rapier.
Okay, easy enough. You draw your rapier.
And he's like, God damn it, not again.
Rosie perks her ears up, goes, and both heads kind of just turn exactly to.
Anna looks
rapier.
annoyed and kind of tired, like now this happened.
You see, one head is still looking at Lyndall, and the other head looks up at you, confused, like, what? Yeah.
He's like, it's okay, Rosie. It's all okay. It's all okay.
Tail wagging.
Calm down.
So, Lyndall would be saying, could someone kindly explain?
We've been trying to figure that out all day.
Good to know.
What happened to you? I know what happened to us. I'm not speaking in an accent now.
No, you're good. You're like, wait, shit.
Sorry, I called it out.
What happened to you?
So,
Yes.
we went to Traveler's Cove.
Correct.
She bought a crystal or glass.
It was a broken piece of glass.
Broken piece of glass.
That's black.
Pretty much went into a coma for like an hour.
It was a minute.
30,
It was a minute.
It was about a minute.
It was about a minute, yeah. Or about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes. Sorry, about 10 minutes, yeah.
Narasale got in trouble with Odo.
A lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as it could have gone, but a little bit trouble.
Yeah.
A little bit.
As we were going down the stairs, Ander came in with a death dog. Odo got pissed off. I got pissed off. I think you got a little bit pissed off. And then he got pissed off.
I guess it's going around pointing finger like, I think you were pissed. I think you were also pissed off. You might have been pissed off. I know you were pissed off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we were in the ethereal plane. Odo got very scared.
You would know without making a check that the second that she says that identifies with you, you're like, that's what it was. You're like, I knew something about
a
that
lady
before.
showed. Well, no. First, magic showed up in the middle of the room.
A symbol.
A symbol. What was it you
This
said?
symbol.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, you look down. You guys look as soon as Acker's saying that, and you all kind of collectively look down at your just like right below your left wrist. There is indeed that star symbol. That
I felt
has
like
the
my
symbol.
insides were on fire.
But as you're saying that, you watch as it glows your respective colors that you know with it. Yeah. With your respective colors, and then you watch as it as the light is dimming out. You watch as that tattoo disappears.
Well, that's not good.
And then a lady showed up.
Well, before that, she showed up, but an important thing that I think you guys need to know is that this symbol comes from the inner circle.
Odo said he was from the outer circle.
Correct.
Meaning...
And the demon said they were from the inner circle.
No,
If anybody
they said
wants-
they were gonna kill us because we're keepers of
Pretty
the
sure.
ring.
I thought she
Did
mentioned.
you hear about a ring?
Yeah,
I thought she
Keepers
mentioned that
We're
they
the ring
something
bearers.
about the inner circle with them though.
They did. She did.
Yeah.
She said that it was.
So the
She had mentioned briefly of the inner circle, was mentioned about the rings. You're not really sure what the association
Yeah.
was, but you do know that Odo said that he was of the outer circle.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which you guys would all know the inner circle. It's known throughout all of Irith. Okay. That is the main mages that sit on top of the White Mountain in the center of Irith. They are basically the highest of spellcasters that kind of keep everything in line. The outer circle, however, if anybody wants to make an Arcana or History check for me.
I'll do it.
Both minuses for me.
17.
12.
Arcana.
What would a 14 give me?
History, because Arcana would make no sense for Acra.
Take a pick.
9.
9. Oh, Andrew.
So none of us know anything.
Yeah.
17 Arcana.
No, she probably knows. I got a 12, so I'm like, I might know a little bit.
11.
11.
Arcana.
What did you roll for
17.
Arcana? You've heard of it. You've heard of it a little bit from up in Blissfrost, especially with it being all the magic and stuff like that. You do know that it's something related to magic, just like the inner circle is, but you don't know of it. You don't. It was something that was briefly mentioned in passing, but nobody within your temple knew very much about it either. It's something that's it's something that is magical, kind of in association, kind of like the inner circle, but you don't know very much about it at all.
But yeah, then that lady showed up.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up being a demon.
The other guy friend person that we killed?
Odo?
Not Odo. The one who came with her, the one we fought.
Oh, the seer with the
tentacles.
Beer tentacles.
Saw him fall through the window.
What?
We saw him fall through the window. Through the window, we saw him fall over.
Oh, that was
Not fall through the window.
Oh,
the imp flew through the window.
Wait,
no.
So, hold on. I think what we're saying is you guys were outside the window, and you guys could see what happened inside while y'all were fighting outside, which would mean why the imp came in the window, which would be from them.
Yeah, there are dozens of them everywhere.
You definitely remember. You're like, oh yeah, I sliced that through the half, and it sent it flying through the window.
And Odo said to find the enchantress and tell her the grasshopper has to keep jumping.
Which is good, because I need to find her anyways.
The enchantress, she's... Where did you
in the forest?
Oh, the old one?
I don't know if she knows.
Actually,
not the old lady from before. I think it's somebody else.
Wait a minute.
I don't remember where exactly it is.
Pause so I can get this part of this book out. Okay. I'm like, what kind of check would this be?
All of us?
Make an Arcana check for me.
Because that's the weird thing, is that my husband is
Curate.
very arcanic.
Well, with your background,
she's in Krygith.
It's just not like I'm gonna roll well.
Krygith, yes.
Gotcha.
What? +0.
Oh,
12.
That's the DC. Okay. No, you do know the Enchantress. She is very infamous. She is somebody that is known very well throughout all of Belburn and in other places of Cassia, even though she stays within, she stays within Krygith, but after what Akra had said, you're wondering if she stays specifically in the forest. You're not really sure. But you've never encountered her specifically, but you do know that she is that people seek her out for. She makes deals with people that want different enchantments, if they're looking for different magical items, even specifically, that she either has them already or knows where to find them, and has a lot of knowledge on locations of things as well as how to make things. So a lot of people try to seek her out, but you also know that with your knowledge of the Enchantress, you also know that there's also the flip side of that she's a very hardened person that doesn't make deals easily, but that's why people seek her out, is because she does know so much.
Quick question.
Yes.
About just with my character.
Yes.
I know you said I could do the message with my symbol back home.
Yes.
Could I send it to
one
of them in...
You would know, unfortunately,
Barnabout?
that only sends a message specifically to your to
Okay,
that person.
to her.
Yeah,
Okay.
to her.
I wasn't sure if I
doesn't
could do
say-
it.
Yeah,
I literally
that's only
send a text
specific-
message.
Yeah, unfortunately, that one only directly goes to, and you know that your companions also have that to send
Yeah.
to her. But
I
that's
just
the only
wanted.
one
I was
that
wondering
goes
if I
to.
could send them a message with it.
If
and I was
only,
like,
but unfortunately, that's
Yeah.
that one's only that's a specific.
I could send one to her to send one to them.
If you really wanted to.
Yeah, please forward this.
CC.
Chain email this to them.
CC the.
Yeah, I'll CC them in this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that's awesome. But yeah, guys. A couple things you should know, because as it is getting late, we're gonna. Oh, okay. I was making sure my phone was like, it said it was at 0.5%. Okay, so yeah. Couple things that you're going to need to know about the forest beforehand, before we really dive into this. I know you guys are most likely going to end up just resting right now.
Please.
Actually, fucked up.
Yeah, I figured you guys were going to rest.
I have.
But a couple
I
things.
have nothing, and I'm almost dead.
A couple things you need to
What
know
happened in there?
is
How long were you fighting?
you will be traveling through the
It was a
forest, obviously, because you see that you are surrounded on all sides. It will determine where you guys
It got
go.
like 2 or 3 attacks.
I do need to know what
And it
direction
did
you're
poison
traveling
and
Which
did-
one?
and what
yeah.
speed, because I do
And
need
it
to know
would
if you're
do
traveling,
either
if you're going to go north,
if you
if you're going to go
got
south,
severe,
east, west,
if you got
whichever
hit with its
direction,
glaive,
or if you switch directions.
So
tell
It
me
made you
that.
bleed
Yeah, yeah.
heavily.
There's one of those snakes that but
Okay,
worse.
next thing,
Yeah.
You with your
Because
yes,
it
with your
poisoned
perception check
her
that you
and
make,
then
you
it
know,
made
because
me
after seeing the
bleed
sun
internally.
setting, you
You
would know
took
that
one
that's the
hit.
west. So you would be like, hey,
sucks.
this is If you want to make it like in the ground,
And
make
I
like
could-
a little
I could
note,
only-
just
I
to
could only
like as the sun's setting, you're like,
cast-
hey,
I was able
There
to
you
cast
go.
one of my
Uh,
holy spells, and after that, I couldn't cast any of my holy spells.
yeah.
Can you still breathe fire?
That was. But we
You
were
can,
all
it's
grouped
a,
up
it's a,
around
that's a
him.
racial trait. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but
you would
we were
burn
grouped-
the
I would have
whole.
hit everybody.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't have begun.
I don't
Yeah,
think
kill it with fire.
she would have. I don't think she would appreciate me lighting her on fire.
Yeah.
No, especially since I'm not resistant to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not resistant
Not
to fire damage.
You would. I would almost think your character would be weak to fire.
Thankfully, I didn't do that to you.
I'm very thankful.
Thankfully, I didn't do that. But I also will need to know, because how it's going to be, you guys, when you travel, this
We
is a
lost
pretty...
our horses.
Yeah, I mentioned that to Vinny the other day. I was like, your horses are gone. But it kind of works out, because, I mean,
Oh,
technically
wow.
they were Xandez's horses. You don't know where
How did they
Xandez
die?
is?
Like, okay.
No, they're not dead. They're just
gone.
still in the
No,
stable.
they're still in stables. The Sailor's
Okay,
Peak.
okay.
Yes, and
There's
his
it, yeah.
Where
left
they
eye.
gone? I think like, dead. Like they
You're
just,
like, what?
Where did they go then? Did
I
they
killed
run
them
in
off,
straight
by
line
the
and
way.
die?
Yep.
You guys didn't check up on them. They felt unloved and they had a heart attack. Like, it was...
Big mood.
Damn. But things you will need to know, because the forest is so big, you guys will be traveling. I'll be tracking you guys via every 4 hours is when you guys will be making group checks. And so every 4 miles you'll be making a check. 4 hours you'll be making a check. I'm tracking you by your mileage. Keep that in mind. So it will depend. Sometimes some things it might be better to go slow. Might
In
be better
other
to go
words,
fast.
you're doing the same thing that we do in Chult.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. And with that, I will either right now or after you guys long rest need to know, because there is, now that you're in the middle of the forest, there is a hunger check that is going on. I need to know your guys' rations that you guys already have on you. And with that, there is you can oh no.
I'm pretty sure I had just whatever the Explorer pack
Yeah, because
had.
with everything, because up until this point, you guys haven't used any of them because you guys were able to just go back and forth between getting food from different, because you weren't that far. You went from like city to city, so like it wasn't that big of a deal. But I will need to know how much food you guys have.
Yeah,
and
however much is an Explorer's pack is how much I
What's
have.
in a burglar's pack?
Burglar's pack, I will show you.
It's 10 each.
Is it? Okay,
Yes.
so you got 10.
Well, not every pack has rations.
How was
in
it?
it.
Hold on, I think I had
Mine
already
has
Depending on what.
That's what I was like. Not every pack has rations. That's what
I know
I
an
need to
Explorer's
know.
pack does.
Yeah.
I know Explorer's does.
Because I know a burglar's pack does not. Let me double check though.
Makes sense. They steal my rations.
Yeah. You do not have food.
What did I
What
take?
happens
I
to
If we
Front
can
Rush?
level up,
That
I
a
can.
priest.
We will have one mount
Did halflings take
And-
half
because I
rations?
can summon one.
Huh? It'd be full. No, you still got a full. You still need a full meal. But the thing is,
Emphasize
how
special
I'm gonna be
hungry.
doing this though,
I got scared.
with the food, is because I thought it's
We
kind
can
of
also try to hunt as well.
Yeah, you can
Attempt
try to hunt. Yes, you can. You can hunt. And but with the food situation though, I'm kind of just lumping together both food and water. I'm not going to tax you guys on that. But because of that, I changed the ruling on it a little bit. So if you guys do find a way to supply enough water, then I'll change it back to the original ruling with food. But how it works with food, if you guys want to fast, it is you can go 1 day plus your Constitution modifier without food. After that point, you gain a level of exhaustion. So,
I can change.
Yeah.
I can change my spells on our long rest, and I can.
And what you'll know is that
purify
everybody
water.
needs at least
I'll
a
take,
gallon of water a day, which is dumb.
I was
but
gonna take
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Mixed
And
together.
I'll take purify
8.
food and water, so that will help.
Yeah, I have to take that one
8.
too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
because I can
Can we
take
just
that.
find water, start a fire, and then boil it?
you can also there is water in the, but I'm just saying because of the food rule, I didn't want to be like, hey,
But
you
I
also
can
need
also
water, so yeah.
Purify food, so I
Yes.
can make food not make us sick as well.
Since we're on the East Coast, I do suggest that we go east. That way we run into the coast.
Who are you?
Yeah, where's Sandus?
Yeah, and we're not going to discuss this dog here.
We'll get there.
Lindell. I love it. He's like,
I
wait.
started following them in order to find Xandes.
Okay, you don't know where he is. Where's Sandus?
I don't know.
I look at Darby. Where's Sandus?
He doesn't know either.
Hey Darby, where's Xandus?
Darby does know.
Actually, it would probably be best if he doesn't see Xandis for a little while.
What happened?
Don't ask
Hey, Mom.
why.
I remember that.
Mother.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
Oh, did I lose you? Okay. No, you're
in front of me.
Okay.
I have a happy birthday cake in front of me. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll get. Oh, by the way, my mom's birthday was yesterday. So.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
Would you want me to take detect poison and disease as well?
The other thing. No. The other thing you guys will know too. You guys can travel up to 8 hours in a day without getting exhausted. You can continue past that point. You just will have to do a check for every hour past that 8 hour point. It's going to be 10 plus however many hours you go. So it'd be 11 for the first hour, 12, kind of that number. It keeps going.
This sounds like I'm going to die.
You will know it does. It's up to you guys whether or not you guys want to choose to travel at night or daytime. At nighttime, you will have more coverage, but it will be the things that are in the forest. You gotta get a sense might be a little bit worse at night. Than
Odo
at
said
day.
nighttime bad. Here.
Yeah, you know for sure. Odo said nighttime bad.
Nighttime.
He thinks night is
And
good.
you will know, from general knowledge, you will know that hunting during the day will always be easier than hunting at night. So
Yeah.
That's legit.
yeah.
I mean,
Speaking of which, if there's a short rest going on, I'm gonna go hunt for a minute.
Still
Wait,
haven't
okay.
answered our question of
Wait,
who
are we short
are
resting?
you?
Are we long resting right now?
Who be
tell me.
you?
Are we?
Can we short rest?
What
Guys, let's short rest.
So what are the benefits of short rest besides health?
You can roll. You can spend a hit dice, but that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, if for you, it doesn't matter because some people get their spell slots back, like spell slots, and some people get other stuff. But usually, it's really just for like hit dice.
I would
hit
like
dice.
to take a short rest.
Just so
that
you
can
remember,
get
I am immune to
my
disease.
spells.
Yes, I
Not
do.
my spells.
Yeah,
It's,
I don't know if
channel
that's gonna be a
ability.
thing,
It's back on
but
No,
I'm
remember.
immune to disease.
It's noted.
Yeah.
I'm immune to disease,
It's
guys.
noted. Yeah.
Lindell is basically immune to fear, so keep that in mind.
Immune to disease, but not poisons. But yes, I do note for diseases. Yes.
Okay, why do I have that?
But short resting? You guys are short resting, not long resting right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Do I get my channel ability
While
back?
I'm short resting,
With Rosie, I imagine.
I'm going to I tell Rosie to go find me some food that I can eat. I'm like,
You
Rosie, get something good that will not kill me or make me sick. Thank you.
You want to send Rosie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get food.
Easy
Like,
enough. Okay, Rosie goes out
I
into the
forgot.
Put
woods.
that on here.
And you
Oh,
said
no.
you also wanted
I
to?
was, yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna
first of all, before you send, I do need you to roll for Rosie's HP.
What do I roll?
I believe it was.
I would
Oh, yeah,
also,
do you want
I
me
would
to
like
put
to
that
check
I
on
was
your
actually
cell as
thinking
well.
about going with Rosie.
You want to go with
You
me?
still haven't answered
would-
our question. Who are you?
I know, right? Wait a
A
minute.
bad omen.
If you go with Rosie, it will be. I mean, you
so
guys will be.
confused.
It'd be better if you split up because otherwise you will only be gathering really basically one collective force.
I figured we could get something bigger,
Published
but
ruse.
guess it
I mean, you can
depends
try.
on-
I mean, you can look around if you want to try to find something.
I'll just go on that one.
Okay. 1d6 plus 2. For Rosie.
That's
You know-
already better than something.
Confused.
Yeah, I know.
So confused.
So, death dogs have 2 heads, right?
6?
Yep,
So
she's got 2
6,
heads.
8.
No,
No,
6 is
six.
what
Oh, 6 is what he... Okay, so make sure to mark that Rosie has 6.
Hello all, my name is Ominal Durinu. It's great to meet you, I guess. Just was looking for Xanders and ran into those 2.
Went well, didn't it?
And yeah, I guess the same thing happened to you with the symbols forming in the air and then the light
Horrid
going through your
pain.
chest. Yeah,
Horrid
that
pain.
was really painful.
What happened to everybody with that? I was on fire.
I had electricity shooting through me.
And
I was just in pain.
that is actually true.
Little
yeah.
is just general
I was just in
pain.
pain.
General pain.
I felt cold. Like, I've never felt that cold in my life.
Specifically, you had like a piercing headache.
I felt like my soul was separating from my body. As you do.
And Darby?
As one does.
Darby?
Yes?
You would know too, what you felt for yours was basically like your skin was bubbling and burning off of your body.
Ooh.
Specifically your hands, but it eventually became just your skin. Felt like it was
I
burning
literally
off.
started to almost vomit fire.
Yeah, that almost happened. Yeah.
I just had a serious headache.
Oh, wow.
I tried to disrupt the circle.
Well,
You did.
wait, what's it?
Sorry, Darby, say that.
Oh, I'm sorry, what are you asking me?
Oh no, we're talking about the tattoo that you guys ended up getting from the last session. I think I talked to you a little bit about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool tattoo that disappeared.
Yeah.
That's good.
Huh?
Is it like the Dishonored tattoo?
No, I showed you the symbol. It's
Okay.
the yeah.
I tried to disrupt the circle.
Do you look at it?
that formed in
Weird.
the air, but
Maybe.
it just went right through it into the other side.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, and right after this guy showed up, can I make like a minor illusion of tonsillitis?
You may actually. You may. What you see, Lyndall makes a small version. You see a deep purple, fiend-like creature, similar to imps, but a little bit bigger, and has spines coming out of it, just like off of his head, kind of like as his like a pointed snout comes down with fangs, and has some wings that are also spiked on the edges, and he has a tail that kind of swings around that's pointed, and he's carrying a pointed trident.
That was Jonathan, right?
That was
John
Johnny.
Oliver, Mike
Yeah,
Johnson.
Johnny.
That was Johnny.
For
That's
sure.
what Johnny looked like. We fought him first, and he didn't actually last that long, considering he talked an awful lot. But
Yeah, we ended up putting him to sleep and beating the crap out of him. Good times.
you did really good on that. I hadn't
Thank
seen
you.
him spellcasting like that before.
Neither have I, quite frankly.
And low key, DM be like, oh yeah, they have resistances. Shit. Oh well. No.
You remembered the resistances for our guy.
I did. Yeah, you did. Well, it's because your session was
AKA,
second. Yeah.
he was resistant to everything.
Yeah. If your session had been first,
yeah,
it might
he
have been
took half
fine.
damage on literally everything we did,
Everything we did.
except for the radiant damage I did that I could only do once.
Yeah.
You know-
That must have been a noob school.
He was a noob.
He also poisoned her and made my insides bleed.
It was bad.
Yeah, an imp
was a lot.
bit Darby, but that did like barely any damage, and we just instantly killed it. So
Ours did not instantly die.
No.
As you see, literally, me, we're both really not good looking right now.
Yeah, they look pretty beat up.
I probably still have blood like around my face where I was coughing up blood
Yeah.
from internally bleeding.
Yeah, you're still.
Andes looks fine.
Andes?
Andes. I keep changing your
Yeah.
name.
Ander.
Ander.
Yeah. Xandes, Ander. You know,
Xandes,
it's cool.
Ander, whoever you are.
Is that what
I was doing the
Xander's
same
meant?
thing when I was writing it. I was like, shit. Yeah.
So, we don't know where Xandes went?
I have no idea.
He wasn't with us. He
which
said he was gonna
direction
go.
was that?
Darby and Lyndall, you two would know because you oversaw Xandes and Darby having a little bit of an awkward conversation. And Darby, and you would know, both of you would know that Xandas went off because he needed to go talk. He said he was going to go talk to somebody that he had business he had to go attend to. He didn't specify to you guys what he was going to go do, but he left.
Which direction was that?
He walked back towards Times Square, is where you saw him walking, but that was...
Oh, I thought he left town.
You don't know. You don't know if he left town. He said he said he'd be... Well, you know he said he'd be right back. You know he said that he was going to meet you guys at Traveler's Cove. So, that's what you
Yeah,
knew.
he'll probably, yeah.
That's what you knew.
He'll be back. Don't need to micromanage
So sure hope
everybody.
he doesn't go looking for us there.
Yeah. Awkward.
It's just like your creator's there now.
Did you... I'm sorry, because a second ago, do you look at the tattoo or no? Because you said something a second ago.
No.
Okay. So where are you guys going? Are you guys hunting?
Can I
Yes,
can
go.
I ask what your character looks like?
Yes.
Most of what you see right now is a black robe that covers most of her form. Her face is very pale, and you can tell she's clearly not human. Though I don't know if any of you would have encountered what she is before, enough to tell right now. She has a lot of wrinkles. She's old. She looks like she's in her 80s or 90s. And yeah, she looks hardened, battle hardened.
She's got her cloak on, so it's kind of hard to see her face a little bit right now. You do see the wrinkles and you do see her pale face, but you don't really see a lot of distinctive features by the way she's standing and by the way she has her cloak over her.
Pretty tall though, and hunched over, and when she stands up straight, you can tell she's probably about 6 feet tall.
Yep. Pretty tall. Not as tall as Anda's, but pretty tall. Okay, so are you guys...
Does this mean I'm the tallest in the party now?
How tall is everybody? I know you're
3'3".
3'3". I don't remember.
Actually,
I'm
no.
pretty sure Akra's now the tallest. in
I
the
think
group.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, Akra's pretty tall.
Akra's 6'7". She's
yeah.
very large.
I was like, Akra's pretty tall.
And
You're
for a
6'3".
dragonborn, she's on the larger side of a dragonborn as well. Plus, she's got horns on top of that. That's not counting her horns.
Yeah, I was with counting Nafi's horns, it's 6 foot, but without her horns, she's 5'10".
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we got some pretty tall party members. Yeah.
There's something I wanted to do.
Okay.
By the way.
Away from the group or
Yeah,
before you go hunting?
When I'm on my own.
Okay.
When I'm hunting.
Yes.
In order to make it a little easier.
I'm going to
Okay.
also check on Erisale to make sure she's okay.
Okay.
Because I think she's
Will do.
probably still hiding within my weird hair on my shoulder. I assume she's still kind of hiding in my kind of...
You feel her very adamantly because she's clutched very tightly around your neck.
Yeah.
Her tail is wrapped around you.
Yeah.
Kind of, she's like huddled and kind of like very low down.
Yeah, I'm
her
kind of
wings
gonna
are against
do
her
like
back.
this.
She's pretty
Make sure she's
freaked out.
okay.
Do you?
Yeah, I'll kind of do and be like, "Are you hurt?"
She
Are you
kind of
okay?
jolts a little bit, but then like resettles
to make sure she's not. I just want to make sure she didn't get hurt.
Take a 1d4 damage.
Yeah, like psychic damage. No, yeah.
Is she invisible right now? Or?
No, she's visible.
Okay.
She's visible right now.
You have a lot of unusual pets.
You don't say.
She kind of like she rears up as you like touch her.
Yeah.
She kind of jolts for a second, and then you say you get a lot of weird pets, and she looks at you for a minute, and she just kind of goes, and she just kind of lowers her head further into Akra, kind of like just low, and kind of she doesn't say anything. She's kind of pretty freaked out right now with things that have been going on, and with jumping between spaces. She's a little unhappy.
Okay.
Is she
I'll just leave her be.
called a pet?
She probably doesn't understand.
I mean, make an insight check.
It's in common.
Oh yeah, it is
It's
in
in
common. Yeah,
common.
it's in common. She's just looking at you.
She's
and is
just
like,
looking at you and getting.
Yeah, she's like.
I'll just kind of leave her be then.
Yeah, she's pretty adamantly.
She's freaked out.
She had like her little tiny claws are like kind of like almost like as she's
like
curling,
a cat.
Yeah,
kind
like
of.
on your shoulder a little bit. She's like.
Every once in a while, my eye twitches. Like,
Yeah.
ow.
Yeah. Okay, you're gonna go out. Yes.
Nafi would like to sit down on the ground.
Are you still in the teleportation circle, or do you guys like make a camp on
We'll
the grass?
probably go off
or-
the teleportation.
Okay, we get
circle.
off the I would like to
Up to
sit
you, up to you.
down.
Look, we all sleep exactly
And we'll-
inside the circle.
I don't know, you know.
Kind of just make, I guess,
Little
make
camp
camp.
outside. Okay, on the like one of the side, like towards the side.
She'd like to sit down and light one of her ashwood and incense and pray for Xandas. Even though he's not there.
Linda would constantly be looking
I-
around for that deaf dog.
Okay, well it's Anders still holding.
Oh,
It has not moved.
Literally,
from
like,
Anders.
clutching it to his heart.
Yeah, it has not left.
Like,
Okay.
But actually, well, no. I mean, are you sending Rosie or no?
I am sitting.
Okay.
I was waiting until we started short rest.
Okay. Yeah.
as we're setting up camp, I would also like to divine sense.
Okay.
Just as a safety precaution.
Okay. Do you guys wait until they're done setting up camp, or do you guys, or does Omanon, do you go ahead and leave for a little bit?
I go ahead and send
go.
Rosie.
You go ahead and leave. Okay, you two are sent off. And you want a divine sense? Okay, as you guys are setting up camp.
I just want to make sure there's nothing within close range of us.
Yeah, I'm like, let me think
Super
about that.
close range of us.
Below us.
I sent you specific on Slack though. 'Cause
Well, my phone's across the table.
Really?
Yeah.
Darby
you can,
is
you can
currently
show
the
it to me.
phone.
Actually, you can just lift up your phone and show it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I had it all written down.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to mark.
But
off
what
my notes.
you kind of take a moment, Akra, to after as everybody's kind of like helping up, trying to set
Yeah.
up camp. You kind of just look around, and you don't sense anything.
Okay.
You don't sense you stare very adamantly at the teleportation circle for a minute,
Yeah.
but nothing.
Okay. I just
comes
wanted
off.
to make.
Yeah.
I was more concerned about in the forest around us to make sure that we weren't just gonna get jumped by something. So that's good.
Okay. Well, first make a
Animal handling?
yeah no
I'm
make
gonna
a
be
survival check for me.
Talking.
Well, you gotta find you gotta find them first because they're
Figure
not.
just talk to them.
Yeah.
They come
So
out.
make a survival check, see if you can find anything, and make a survival check too for.
Oh, I'm
Rosie.
probably gonna
What?
spend.
How do I do a survival check? What's my level?
14.
It's a survival check is based on wisdom, so you just roll and add Rosie's wisdom modifier. What is your roll? 14. Okay.
She's
Yes.
smart. She got a 1.
Easy. Yeah.
For the short rest, Acro would probably.
What'd you roll?
6 or 7.
She brings you back a stick.
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. Okay. With the 14.
Yes.
With 14, it takes you a little bit to kind of go around because you notice that this forest is, it's almost kind of unnatural the way that animals seem to be hiding.
Yeah.
Very adamantly, and even though it's a thick forest, you would think, especially too, you assume you're somewhere in the middle, that there'd be a lot of stuff going on, but they're kind of hiding a lot. But you do find, what you do end up finding is you see what appears to be a small brown fox kind of comes up at first and kind of out of a bush, just kind of
Hello, darling. How are you?
kind of goes back a little bit.
I'm gonna offer a little bit of food.
I'm half
Make an animal
disappointed
handling
it
check.
wasn't a badger.
I know, there was an opportunity, but I was like, nah.
Good badger.
Good Badger's back. What would you do if I just sent Good
I'd be
Badger?
so happy.
Yeah.
I'd be so happy.
17.
17, okay. With that, he's like, kind of perks up and kind of steps forward slowly, but a little bit slowly.
Do you know where any of the prey is?
Eats for a second and just goes, prey. Yes. Birds.
Do you want to know?
Birds. And he kind of just, like, he looks up at the, like, in the trees, and he just kind of looks up, birds. And then he takes a minute, he eats a little bit more,
Okay,
and he
no.
says, okay, make an attack for me. Yeah.
Okay.
12.
I believe 12 hits, Lisa.
I mean, I didn't get it. I can see there's birds. I can't reach the birds. I need food.
Oh my god.
We
Jesus.
don't
A 12 unfortunately does not hit. Yeah. Really, as you go to hit,
no.
it's very close, but he goes, and it just barely just ducks out of the way as you catch like some of its fur, and it like scrapes it a little bit, but it turns and it darts back into the woods.
You monster.
None of us were there to see that, fortunately.
So bad.
Could I throw my hand axe?
As it's running,
Yeah. Run
Yeah.
after it a ways
yeah,
and then throw
right,
my
yeah,
hand
you
axe.
try, yeah, you. I would say you get one shot. You get a shot at it.
Whoa.
Yeah. 25.
That'll hit. Roll damage. Oh yeah, if you can
25.
do.
Max damage.
10.
Yeah, you instant. Yeah, like
I'm
you
gonna
go-
take this back
and
to
it just
the camp
instant. Okay.
and
easy enough.
set it over fire. if
Easy
it's
enough.
starving.
That'll easily count as one day of ration, so that is a full one.
Oh,
person.
how'd you get
And-
this?
Acro would have kind of gone off a little bit.
Okay.
And been in heavy prayer.
Okay.
For
we'll
this
get back
short
to that
rest.
in a second.
Or prey.
For I don't remember if I rolled.
Acro's a
that or not.
little bit
Okay.
more
You rolled a 6. Correct.
Yeah, no.
solemnly because she's like, my god disappeared there.
Yes. You rolled a 6 for Rosie. Okay.
Just wanted to
What
bring
you
each mouth has a stick.
So what you see, Rosie, it takes some.
We find Rosie.
Do you come? You come back to camp after. You come back to camp after a time with the fox, and Rosie does not follow behind Omina, so Rosie's still out there for a little bit. And you.
Yeah, Akra would have gone off in heavy purr to Apollo, because that would have shooken her.
Okay.
Quite a bit.
Make a religion check for me.
For my own religion?
It's
-1.
Well, this is for something. It's not for your. It's not for your religion. It's for something else.
For something else.
It's for something else. I'm laughing though that you have a -1 though.
3.
Okay.
Bad paladin.
You.
I don't know anyone else's religion, only my own.
Yeah, basically. You set up
religion.
and you.
What is that?
Use some time, and it's easy enough in this forest. Easy to find a quiet spot. To.
I don't want to go too far.
Yeah, not go.
But,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Not go. You're just going like just a little bit in, but it's just so dense that even just going a little bit in, you already feel secluded. You already feel easy enough, able to set up a little prayer and have your pendant and everything to pray to Apollo. You kind of recall being back in the ethereal plane, and you recall the kill markings being back on your arms and stuff like that. And it
that came back, by the way.
Yeah, that came back.
The kill.
That came back.
That came back.
And for a minute, only for a minute, as you're praying, your symbol feels kind of cold, which is very unlike what you're used to, that warm presence, and it feels cold for a minute, and you kind of get a jolt, but then it feels back to normal, and you just kind of keep praying, but nothing else unusual happens. You just felt that right at the beginning for a second, and then you just continue to pray. And you have 1 day rations. Oh, and I do need, what is everybody's rations that people have?
10.
I guess mine's 10.
You have 10.
Okay. 11 now? Are we using 1 tonight?
I would assume that you guys ate well, technically you guys didn't eat breakfast, so I would say you did technically. So I would say you guys would need.
I thought we ate breakfast while we were still heading back to the city.
Yeah, I'll say that you guys ate while you guys were kind of there. So you only need rations for tomorrow. So 10, 11. Who else does anybody have?
I have 10.
You have 10. You had 10.
Yeah.
And you have 11.
I don't think I have any.
Okay.
I don't have any.
I got scared because I thought I took the priest back.
You're like, wait, shit. Okay.
I initially took a priest pack, but then I was like, and I bought an explorer's pack on top of it.
So then you have 12.
Does
If
priest?
you
Oh,
has
does
2.
a priest has 2? Then I have 12.
Okay.
Because I had bought a priest pack. I started with a priest pack, so I was
what
like,
if
that
we're
makes
both
sense. And
packing?
then I went through it, and I was like,
I just looked.
Okay,
I'm gonna buy an explorer's pack.
just in
I
case.
have nothing useful.
I don't know. Okay, so you guys
How long
just
does
rest
that last us?
1 day. I mean, well, it's one. You guys need 1 ration each.
I'm
a
gonna
day.
spend hit dice.
So each,
too,
yeah,
by
so
the way.
each day. Well, it's gonna get pretty late. It's up to you guys though. If you want to traverse during nighttime, or if you guys want to just go ahead and long rest, it's up to you.
Is the best time of
It's up to you guys.
Do we just want to stay here until tomorrow? Kind of settle in.
Okay.
Kind of
the
hold
You
up
mean
here.
the tree line if it's a clear?
Maybe. Well, we
You
can.
are, yeah, it is a bit of a.
We can go
clearing.
ahead and do
But
it.
it's not very.
a short
The
rest.
circle is pretty large, and so there's only like a little bit of clearing in between the rest of the trees. It's so you still have a little bit of coverage, but if you want to go into some trees, you
Well, I was
can.
about to say we could short rest and then travel to see if we find somewhere better to make camp for the night
Up to you guys.
until the sun goes down.
Might as well make use
Because
of
we're a
this
bit
one,
exposed right now.
Definitely.
And Odo said this is not a good place at night, so we probably want to be a
Thanks,
little bit
Odo.
dug in.
Thanks, Odo.
Hey, that's
I know, and Odo sends you in the middle of Hey, that means he did it for a reason.
he sent us so we'd be closer to where the Enchantress is. He sent us here. That's
Yeah.
why.
Correct.
That was quite a sacrifice.
I really need to go to Barnabuck.
You really need to go to Barnabuck, though.
I go to a large rock, and I kind of like lean
Okay.
against it,
Okay.
trying to take a nap. I was like, we short resting.
Yeah.
No, we're
you're-
doing a short rest
you're doing a short
regardless.
rest.
But we're debating what we want to do. If we want to go straight into a long rest, stay here, or are we going to travel? and
I
try
think
to
we
find-
should travel.
I think we should try and find at least somewhere better to camp
Yeah.
Yeah.
with a little bit of daylight we have.
Well, I'm still gonna take some hit dice.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll at least
Yeah,
one.
go for it. If you
Nice.
guys have hit dice left, if you
I'm
guys,
gonna do 2.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
if you guys have hit dice left,
Okay,
feel
that's
free
a
to
good
use them.
first one. That's
Oh,
a 7.
no.
How low
Can
is
our
that?
bard do anything to make this short rest better? No, you're not a good bard.
He can't. Yeah. No, he can't.
I pull out my lute and I start
There you go.
It sounds nice.
Make a performance check for me.
Oh, finally something I'm good at. Wait, don't jinx me. Hold on.
I know, natural
Okay.
one. Shit.
I did really good with both of those hit dice, so I'm almost at full.
I went back to my maximum health. I did crap.
I'm not full, but I'm almost at full, so I'm good.
It is.
16, so a 19 on performance.
It is.
Yet when I hit, it's like a 2.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful lute noise. It's very.
A beautiful
Even though
lute
Andrew
noise.
was, yeah, right.
It's not music, but it's a beautiful noise.
Mouth singing.
That was a thing from last time too, though. Mouth singing and now lute noise. This is how Ander bards.
This is Andrew. So lute noise, very nice, very good, much good, very good, such good,
Such great, so good.
such great, so good. Lute noise, yeah.
I love it.
Awesome.
That's the kind of bard we have, guys.
Yes. I love it. I love it. And then,
He's playing the lute and he's singing a little, nothing
At
big,
mid-
just kind of something.
Nothing crazy.
mid song, you hear some rustling in the bushes nearby. Mid song, do you continue playing or do you stop?
Guys,
What was the
can I
last thing?
passive perceive if it seems like a danger?
What's
Can
your
I make
passive
a
perception? What's your guys' passive perceptions for me?
God bless.
12.
You wrote mine down.
11.
Yeah, I should have them up. Yeah. Xandez is not with us. I don't have Acker's written down for some
11.
reason. 11. Okay.
I don't have one.
Do you guys?
How do I find
Do you want to know what the passive
Yours is
perception
13.
of
Yours is 13.
of our wizard in our Wednesday group is?
Oh my god.
It's 8.
Yeah, it's bad.
That is the most
What?
bestest passive
Is it
perception
11?
for a wizard.
11.
Okay.
His
Wait,
passive
how does
perception is 8.
passive perception? How do we know what it is? Like you
It's-
said it was 13.
it's wisdom.
It's 10 and
His
your
wisdom,
wisdom
I think,
modifier.
is either a 6
Oh,
or an
yeah.
8.
Yeah, and
I
if you're
can't remember.
proficient in it, you get your proficiency bonus too.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not
We have the
Yeah,
most
they're-
unwise wizard ever.
I love Frog. I love Frog. But
The smartest idiot.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Kind of.
yeah, kind of, yeah,
Essentially.
basically. But you for a second you stop playing for a minute because you do hear the rustling, but what pokes out is, and then one head pokes out of a bush, and then another head pokes out of a bush.
I keep
And
playing.
you see, as she comes out, there. Even though her fur's not even that long, but she's got like leaves, some mud. And she's got, I mean,
She's
it's,
a mess.
she's a mess. She's like very happily waddling up, but she's pretty dirty.
I stopped playing and I'm like, did you find any food, Rosie? I said, no, you found some leaves though and some mud.
She's like, God damn, you guys making me have to play these animals.
RP animals.
RP animals. Yeah.
I
Just
started
enough.
picking all the like leaves and
Can I-
sticks off.
He's
them.
gonna, yeah. You start picking. She's starting to
rubbing
look.
the
Yeah,
dirt.
she's looking a little bit better.
Also,
She's looking still kind of dirty, but definitely a lot nicer than she was when she arrived
I know
here.
this question's a little late.
Mhm.
But what's a loot?
A lute. It is the
Ye
string.
old guitar.
Essentially, yeah, the old
Yeah.
guitar. That's
Oh yeah,
a very
knuckle
good
iron.
description.
Yeah, it's a ye old guitar. Okay, but you guys are gonna go ahead and traverse
Yeah, we'll kind of.
through. Okay, are you guys? Omina would be able to tell you because she looked originally. She knows the directions of north.
I suggest
south, and
that we
west.
go east since we're on the east coast. That way we run into the coastline and can follow it in a certain direction. If we go the right way, we'll run into salespeople.
You would know because they had. I would assume you would have mentioned it in the description of telling everybody what happened, because
we
you
need to
guys
go to
wouldn't
Krieger.
know. Because you guys, but Nafi, Akra, and Ander would know that you guys are in the Whispering Forest.
Yes.
Is the forest that is where that is, and you would know that that is in not near the coastline. It's kind of middle of Barnabuck, which is kind of Whispering Forest. In the middle of it's. It's a large forest, kind of not.
We
around
got teleported
anything. Yeah.
really far away.
Yeah, it's Cratchit is here, but you
Far
don't
away
know.
from
But you don't
Barnabuck.
know what direction. You don't know where at you guys are.
What I do know is that it's far from Barnabuck, and I'm sad.
And I can purify food and water. And I can also do detect disease and poison. I was gonna take those 2 spells on our next long rest.
Yeah.
But because the forest wraps around in a strange way, you're not. It's kind of you're not really sure what place you are.
If we go south, though, we should be able to find something. See, like a lot of the cities seem to be in the south.
Of the Whispering Wood, yeah.
You would know that,
Go
You would know
south
that the
of
Whispering
city.
Forest kind of goes into like the skipping stones, into the mountains, and kind of like the hills and stuff. But
south
below
south
below
would
that, that's
probably
where
be
the
the best
capital is,
direction
and that's
for us
where
to go.
Makes sense.
So you guys are gonna head south.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, easy enough. How far do you guys travel? Do you guys want to go by? Just want to go by the hour? How far? Like you guys tell me.
How much more daylight do we have?
It's like I said. It's after you guys had set up and done stuff. The sun is currently setting right now, so it's about to be nighttime as you guys go in. So like for another, you guys can go another hour before it hits darkness. Yeah, before it hits night.
So maybe we should go an hour and then see where we are.
Sounds good.
300 grams of
Pure
yarn.
Pure yarn.
Oh, yes.
Polyester.
Hell yeah.
It'll be dark in an hour, so I say we should travel for an hour until it's dark. And if we don't find a location, we can keep traveling, just kind of maybe a slower pace, more cautious pace.
We could just use the lights.
I already cast light, but
Yeah, I have light on me.
Can I recast it?
It's a cantrip.
I'm gonna recast it so it goes for the full hour.
Yeah, so we can just keep. You can just chain.
I was thinking
Cast
more of
it.
a conventional light, but that works too.
Well, I can also light my hooded lantern because I have a hooded lantern. I think you picked one up as well,
I have
didn't you?
torches.
It's right with it still being the sun is setting right now for a little like I said for like the next hour you guys will still have dim lighting so you won't have to worry about light really until I mean if you want bright light it might be a little bit better if you guys are trying to perceive things but really it won't be in complete darkness for until another hour.
Well, I was just saying for later because I know
Yeah.
me and Lyndall have hooded lanterns and those will provide quite a bit of light.
It's
compared to a torch. So
I could take that stupid spell that lets me cast a light that never goes out. That's all my
hooded
spell is.
lanterns are pretty good. Yeah,
That'd
30
be
feet.
terrible.
Yeah,
Plus
you
30
can
feet.
convert
Yeah,
it to
and
make
60
it
feet
go
of light.
out.
And lasts for 6 hours.
8 hours.
Okay, so you guys are going to go traversing. How this is going to work too is it's going to be group checks. So, as you guys are walking, I'm going to need everybody to make a survival check for me.
something I'm not
Survival.
horrible at.
Yes.
Thanks.
Ah, yes, you're welcome. Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
16.
15.
And I also need to know, are you guys, how quickly are you guys going? Just going at a regular pace? Or are you guys
I would say
going fast
regular
or
pace for
slow?
now because we're all still kind of.
Regular, okay. Easy.
I'm sorry, for survival, it's D20 plus your wisdom modifier, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
unless
For
you're
survival,
proficient in
yes. Unless you're proficient, yeah.
I don't think he is.
I don't think
Survival?
so, but
I think he's proficient in literally anything.
poor Ander.
Please, I hope everyone passed.
I did pretty good. Okay.
21.
21. Darby? Darby!
Rolling, hold on.
There you're good.
1.
Oh my god. 1.
1? Oh.
That would be a 1.
Okay, Akra?
I got a 16.
I did
16.
not say that.
Lyndall?
I'm not responsible. 18.
18. Okay.
We're doing really good.
Maybe
We're both doing really bad.
7. Okay.
16, right?
I think we rolled the same thing.
Okay, so another 16. Okay. Darby is as Darby's traversing. Yep. You guys are.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I roll survival for Rosie to see if while we're walking, if she sees like a bird or something she can catch?
She can make a perception check for
Or
Rosie.
perception
You can
for
make a perception check for Rosie.
Oh. She got 21.
21.
We both got 21.
You guys, Rosie, you see Rosie's walking and she's looking, but she's kind of looking forward. She doesn't sense anything in the trees as you're walking. It's pretty unusually quiet.
I'm like,
as you guys are walking,
you're cute.
yeah, as you guys are walking, Darby, you very nearly you trip over a root because you see the trees. It's weird because like they're very thick and have a lot of leaves and stuff. And sometimes with some of the trees, some of the roots come above the ground, and so you kind of have that you're traversing through because. Oh yeah, the other thing I meant to mention, which is good to know, and that's the reason why it's going to take its slow moving, is because this forest is difficult terrain, is what this is considered. And as you guys are going, Darby, you realize that very quickly that this is not a forest or any terrain you're used to. nearly trip, fall into a bush, and it was about to be very not great. But then Acro just kind of grabs Darby's
your
arm.
collar.
Yeah, just grabs the collar of your shirt real quick and just like pulls you back to not make too much noise. And easy enough, you guys are able to travel. You guys travel through, and you guys are, like I said, it's difficult terrain, so you guys are moving at a normal pace. So you guys really only got about like a mile and a half into the forest. A 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think everybody else rolled high enough though. We were able.
Yeah, as you guys are walking, you guys don't notice anything else too
Is
bad.
that still recording?
Yeah, it's in the background. But yeah, you guys are an hour in, and it is now the sun has set at this point, so this is darkness. People with night vision, you guys can see, but everybody else, it is pitch black. Unless you guys cast something. So.
I recast light on Acro's head.
Well, I was about to say, you could cast it on somebody else, and then we can light our hooded lanterns to have a more all-around light.
Do you have dark vision?
No, I do not.
Okay, you're wearing a cloak, you said?
I can take out my axe.
Okay, I will cast it on your axe.
And I'll light my hooded lantern.
Easy enough. And you guys have that. And do you guys want to continue traversing forward, or do you guys want to stay?
Have we found really anything other than just trees?
It's really because going an hour in, it's very thick. You guys, it's not. You don't see anything. You do, like I said, Rosie is noticing, and Anders kind of noticing too because of Rosie, that it's very, very quiet. You guys don't see or hear anything right now. You don't know if that's good. You don't know if that's bad.
I hear the whine
but
of wolves.
yeah, suddenly wolves attack. No, but
Acro's like, not again.
Not again.
That's just Rosie looking for birds.
Yeah, that's Rosie looking for birds. Yeah, but you
see
don't.
anything.
Like I said, it's quiet. You don't know if it's good. You don't know if it's bad. But it's definitely, you don't see like a very adamantly like great advantageous spot to rest. It's kind of just to pick a spot right where you're at because it's all
Maybe we just want to stop for the night then.
pretty heavily wooded.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's okay, Rosie.
You'll find birds eventually, don't worry.
We just want
I
to
think
stop
we
for
should
the
set up camp.
Yeah, for the night.
Easy enough. And you guys said you're traveling south?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm making sure.
We traveled south for an hour.
Yeah.
So this would be,
Okay, so you guys are long resting. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Set up camp. I need to know who is keeping
I'll
watch.
take a look.
I'll take a
I'll
look.
take first
As we
watch.
set up camp, I would like to divine sense again.
Okay, easy enough.
I got 4 of them. I might as well burn
Setting
them before
up.
we get a long rest.
Setting up some camp, and you
Every
take
25
activities. You do hear the howling of some.
Yeah, Rosie lights up with.
Yeah, Rosie's
the
like.
undead.
Shockingly, Rosie doesn't light up, but yeah. Actually, no. Rosie
No,
does
Rosie
light up.
does
That's
with
right.
my
Rosie
divine-
does light up.
yeah,
That's right.
Rosie
No,
does.
that's
Extreme
correct.
good
We
and
didn't say that.
evil.
You do see Rosie lighting up as she's looking around and then kind of staying pretty close to Ander.
Yeah.
But you don't sense anything else. Kind of like you were noticing as you guys were walking. It's pretty quiet and you don't.
I just want to
sense
make sure
anything.
there's no like undead or fiends trying to sneak up on us. So.
You never know. No, yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
Right, you're
When we
like,
set up
listen.
camp.
You're like, listen. Okay.
Especially if we're about to long rest, there's no point in me not doing it.
Right,
Every
right.
15 minutes cast.
Yes.
Does Rosie need to sleep?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. But
Yeah.
I know he just like feeds her like as an aesthetic.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. She don't really need to eat either. Yeah. No,
But
she
she
doesn't.
likes it. She just likes the attention.
Yeah,
like, "Oh."
that's really it. She
She's
likes
like,
the
a
attention.
gift? Master's giving me a gift.
Yeah.
The snake organ?
But yeah, you guys can. I would say you guys can stay up for about 2 hours before you guys things that are not so great. So for 6, 8. So I need 4 people to keep watch, basically.
I'll do it.
Volunteer.
Let me
it's
see.
just
What's my?
me that's not going
Even
on.
I
though it is
can
just
I can do
your
it too.
daughter.
Yeah.
I have Rosie. I instruct Rosie to like sit by me but keep watch, but like doggy watch, you know. Basically, just wake me up so I don't sleep through the counter.
So you don't get stabbed in
so
your
I don't
sleep.
get stabbed in my sleep.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Before we like do any watches, can I try to set up my glyph of warding
You
from
can
my spell scroll?
try. It's
It's,
too
um,
high of levels, so
right,
you will
so I have to roll
yes.
and I have to make at least a 13
I
on my roll.
believe was it?
It's a level 3. It's 10 plus whatever the spell level.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
it.
looked at it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. You can just guess it. Okay.
14, 15, 16, 17, 19.
19. Yep. Easy enough. You're able to cast Glyph of Warding.
Okay.
Where are you putting it?
I
Yeah.
would like to put it 20 feet away from the camp on the ground.
Okay.
It'll cover 10 feet
Here we go.
worth of space, and I want to do the glyph of explosion.
Easy enough.
Nice.
Dan
just pretended to do one of those once.
Yes, he did actually. He did try to pretend to do one of those. I remember. Okay, so you just run around the camp just to kind of have a perimeter, be like, hey, this is
we
here.
like
Okay.
we
Easy
know.
enough.
I'm like, there's a glyph over there. We know if anything's coming from that direction, it'll explode first, so we can make sure we just watch the other directions. It gives us a little
cool.
Way.
Yep. Okay, easy enough. All right, so who's going first? Okay, Omina. Wait. Oh, go ahead. You can use it.
Never mind. I'll re-roll.
No, that's the roll. Nope, you rolled already.
Since
so
you were still talking.
Nope, you rolled before. So nope, you get to keep it. Not yet.
4.
Okay. Who's next? Don't roll yet. Yeah. Okay. Acker, you're next. Who's third?
I guess I'm
Lyndall.
third.
And then Nafee, you're last?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Before that, hang on. Good lord. Mercy.
I can always re-roll if
No.
you need me
No,
to.
you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
I want to set my glyph up on the south.
Okay. And you guys want to watch the north? It's going to be on the south.
The Whispering Forest received its name from the ghostly whispers coming through the trees. The way the wind whistles, always eerie but distant, rustling leaves and branches, like a predator stalking through the brush, is both infamous and unsettling. Never travel through the forest at night, Odo had warned. Wise words of anyone wishing to survive. You see, that's the warning within the name. Whispering Forest. You can hear the whispers, but you'll never know who's there until it's too late. The mysteries of the forest grew even stranger with what challenge our heroes faced next. Then, that is where we continue.
I think percentile dice are being rolled right now to see what happens to us.
Yeah. Alright, you said you
attacked
rolled a
by
4?
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so Omina, you, part of the way through, you don't fall asleep, shockingly. However, the shadows of the forest kind of keep playing with your mind a little bit. For a second, you think you see something, then you jolt, then you don't. And you think you see something again, and you
Must have
don't.
been the wind.
And you start getting a little bit paranoid, but nothing happens. So, yeah, nothing.
There was a bit of a tone to that. I didn't
Nothing
like.
happens. You see, you're good. Acker,
My turn.
eventually Omina wakes you up, so go ahead.
11.
11. Okay.
Meh.
You're
What are we rolling?
you kind of zone out
Perception.
for a little bit, for a moment as you're you thinking about your prayer that you were doing earlier, and kind of think back, and then you think about your companions that are in Burnabook, and that's kind of weighing a little bit heavily on your mind.
Yeah.
You are awake, you are watching, but you're a little bit preoccupied, but easily
Lost
enough.
in my own thoughts a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of falls through your own thoughts a little bit, but no, easy enough. You are nothing approaches you in the night. Nothing sets the glyph off in the background. So you're pretty good. Yeah. That's gonna be Lyndall.
Wake up, Lyndall.
Go for it.
A natural 20.
Nice. Okay, Lyndall, you were awake. You were like,
Eagle
yeah.
eyes.
You were yeah. You were awake. Awake.
The death stroke.
Yeah, not just because of that. Yeah, you're watching Rosie as Rosie's just like, you're very adamantly watching Rosie a little bit too as you're watching the forest, because Rosie just sits there stone still, doesn't move, doesn't seem to be breathing at times, and just stiff.
Rosie straight up
Staring.
turns into a gargoyle.
Just stiff and staring, and just out and about, just kind of keeping track of things, kind of passively just watching. And easy enough, you don't hear, for a second, you think you hear something, but then it passes, and you weren't able to identify the noise, but nothing approaches you. And you go back to sleep.
Alright.
Nippy?
A natural 20.
That's very good considering what's about to happen.
So, before we go into this, are we getting the effects of a long rest? Because I'm assuming it's combat.
You'll find
Also-
out. Yeah.
Can
This
I
is the end. I would say that this is the end. Since you're the last one, yes.
Okay.
I would say because you were.
I just
yeah.
wanted to make sure because
Yeah.
I was like, that changes a lot.
Because this is happening. Because I'm gonna say that this is happening right about dawn. So you would be under the effects of a long
Cool.
rest.
Okay.
So before,
I just wanted to make sure.
as Linda was switching up with Nappy,
Mm-hmm.
he'd be like, thought I heard something. Maybe you should keep an extra eye out.
Of course. You see enough? You go through. You're watching. You said you rolled a natural 20.
A natural.
Okay. You're watching and you kind of hear movement to the south, back where your glyph is, and you hear movement in the trees, and you kind of listen, and you hear voices speaking in common, and you hear what sounds a male voice, an older man's voice, and you kind of hear him gruffing. Second, he seems to be having, because then you hear a woman's voice that's very kind of haggard a little bit. She's like very high, very light, but she just kind of goes, no, we can't sleep here. We can't sleep here. We can't keep walking here. No, we have to, Lot, where are you going? And you see, out of the bushes comes a, what appears to be a human boy, very kind of young, maybe about 13, 14, that steps out of the bushes. And he has, he's got blonde hair that's kind of a little bit, it's starting to get a little bit scruffy. Like it was short, but it's starting to get a little bit longer. And he seems to be having just commoner clothes. He seems to have some cuffs, scratches and bruisings on him. It looks like he's kind of been traveling through this forest a little bit. But he steps out and he sees you guys and keeps walking. Do you? Make a check to see if you're. Just make a dexterity check to see if you can stop him in time. Let's see if he notices actually.
Oh, they have to be ghosts.
Interesting.
Well, that's also an option. That's not what I was thinking.
Oh, what were you thinking?
Something terrible. That's not labeled as a special encounter.
Is it like
It's coming.
when
No,
you-
get it.
where the duck's walking across and the alligator just
11. Okay, no, 11.
That's
No,
what I
that's.
was imagining.
You say you look at you turn you jolt around real quick and go hey, and he goes and you're like and you just kind of and he's just like what, and he just stops. He's just like because he's seeing a blue tiefling kind of over and he just kind of freezes up immediately, wide-eyed, and you think it's not even because you said stop, just because he's noticing you now for the first time, and he just kind of freezes. And you kind of hear the voices behind him back in the back in like the shrubbery and stuff. Just go, Lot, God damn it, where is that boy? And you kind of see suddenly this man like charge out of the bush and goes, and he stops midway too, behind Lot, like not fully out, but he kind of stops. He's like, you can't just keep running. And then he sees you, and he sees the people that are sleeping, and he kind of just goes, and you see another woman that kind of comes out, and you see the man. He looks very similar to the boy. He's older, maybe like in his 40s. You're not sure. Human, short black hair, and he's carrying on him a hand axe is what it appears to be, but he's in very also commoner looking clothes. His hair kind of rolled up, and you do see also cuts and bruises on all of them. The woman, a little bit younger, but seems to be around the man's age. Very long, braided, brown hair, and she's in like a very simple dress that you see, and they all kind of come out and see you guys, and just kind of what you see is. As soon as the
devil.
Are we all awake at this point, or
just Nafee right now? It's becoming dawn, but you guys are still sleeping, so you guys are not awake yet.
Rosie see these people?
I mean, as soon as Nafee said, but yeah, Rosie sees her.
Rosie waking up, she's like, it's not that deep.
You didn't specifically give that command. You had her watch, so you gotta specify that.
I thought you did tell her to wake you up if something happens.
But Rosie doesn't know that this is danger or not. So
She has a wisdom.
she sits up. Yeah, but she's not just
an intelligent
creature. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So she sits there and she's watching.
That's why one thing I like when I do get my summoned steed, doesn't matter what creature it is, it automatically gets an intelligence of 8. and can understand a language of my choosing.
Hey, nice. I dig it.
So it's
I dig it.
sort of smart.
Sort of smart. Yeah.
Draconical.
Feels good. Feels good. Feels good.
I love how every time I look at him for like 1 second, the second he sees my eyes, he's like, I know I'm not supposed to be doing
Yeah,
it.
just ignore it because he's doing that because he wants you to look at him. Yeah.
Trying to eat his
he
way
wants
out.
attention. He wants attention.
He's
Huh?
trying to eat his way out.
I'm gonna lock the bottom one so he'll stop.
You know, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
I had a feeling I know where that was going.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I think you know context clues.
You know my mom's on the phone right now, right?
I stopped. Two reasons.
Nice. Okay, you see.
Motherhood movie.
Yeah. Nafi, you see, as the man and the boy are both kind of, they're all staring at you, but you see the woman with her braided hair as she stares at you for a minute and just goes, please, and as she steps forward, the boy kind of goes, just kind of like reaches his arm out and this is like kind of shakes, and she's like, no, please, and he's like, mom, I don't, there's something, I don't think you can step forward, and
Will we hear?
Hmm?
Will we hear that when we wake up?
She's not quite loud enough to hear right now, so it's up to you whether or not you want to wake him up, or if you want to
Yeah.
have come to them or dispel it or leave the spell. Up to you.
I know that's what I was supposed to say. They were coming from the south. There's a
That's
like
what.
a
That's
big
what.
origin
Yeah,
down
that's
there.
why Mom was like, wait.
That's why I was sitting here like,
I put.
Yeah, as soon as you put that, I was like, okay.
that's why I was like,
Notes.
oh,
Yeah, oh shit.
That's why I
please
told you
come help
where
us.
it was.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I literally that almost just happened, but you rolled an unnatural 20, and so that saved it.
I put my hands up,
Okay.
so I'm non-threatening.
I forgot about
And
that.
I go,
Yeah.
I go,
Wow.
there is a glyph of warding in front of you. Do not step forward. Let me dispel it first. I don't want you to explode.
She just kind of nods. You watch as the boy kind of takes a step back and stands behind them.
I dispel my glyph.
Okay. You see, as soon as you dispel it, easy enough, there's like a little bit of a shimmer, and I can see where the spell used to be and dissipates.
If you didn't wake up for that.
Literally. If you didn't
literally
wake up for that.
just, no, son, come back.
That would have woke you up. Yeah. That was almost.
And now they're
That
fighting
was
us, so we don't want to
almost.
kill them. We have to.
Almost. I was ready.
That's what D&D isn't about heroes anymore.
Oh yeah. You know that alignment's not always good. Not always good. But you see as she sees it dissipates and she goes, please, can you? And you see as the man just kind of grabs her arm and goes, no, I don't think this is. And he just kind of looks at you for a moment.
I still have my hands up.
Okay.
Are we all kind of starting to get up?
I'm gonna wake all up. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
we can talk as soon as I wake everyone up. We won't draw our
And
weapons.
as soon as you say that, he
We
holds
won't-
his hand axe out and he's just like,
we won't
you're
draw
not-
our weapons.
all
I
right.
just want everyone awake for the conversation.
He kind of gestures and he looks at the boy and just kind of waits for him to go back, and the boy just kind of just nods for a second. He goes back into the bushes.
Okay.
And it's just the two of them standing out there.
Okay. So I wake everyone up. I
You guys are awake?
explain
Easy enough.
the situation.
You guys
I
see
am like,
the
guys,
two
I almost
humans?
killed someone.
You guys, yeah. You see the two humans standing there.
Can they see Lindell?
Huh?
Would they be able to see Lindell?
Yes, you did not hide, so you're sleeping.
Wake up, roll into stuff.
I reckon you like take the sleeping. Well, I thought there was a man in that sleeping bag 2 seconds ago. Where did he go?
He is like, me too.
Was that a spell too?
Me too, man. Me
It's hard to
too.
know if he's really here.
I
don't
can't
know,
tell if
we're
it's
just
just in my
imagining
head.
it.
Like it's but yeah, no, they see all of you as you guys wake up, and you guys see there's two humans, late 30s, early 40s.
Oh, they're not
that are
bandits. That's good.
You see one of them. You see, easy enough. The woman doesn't appear to have weapons on her. Holding out a hand axe is what you see just at first glance.
I'll offer my name.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Elmanal Derenu. If you need any assistance.
Do you see the woman? Yes, we need Amelia. Can we please not do this right now? He's like, no, we need help. And you see that there are tears in her eyes, and she looks at you. She steps forward, and she, shockingly, compared to the man who you assume might be, just the way they were standing, might be her husband. She walks all the way forward into basically your presence.
Our camp.
Into your camp. She did as everybody's kind of standing back. He's standing back. The boy went into the woods again, but she comes all the way forward, and she's like, "Please, please,
left? He left.
Yeah, the boy went into the woods. Yes,
Yeah,
he left.
I'm
He
gonna
left.
try to follow him.
Are you just walking into the woods? Are you just walking into the woods? Or are you trying to stealth?
Trying to
Lyndall just
I don't know.
fades.
Like this Homer
Yeah, the
Simpson
Homer
gif,
Simpson.
like
You're saying Lyndall is
that's
just...
Lyndall. Wait a minute. Where did he go?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to stealth? Go ahead and make a stealth check. She comes up to you.
Oh, never mind. Here I roll.
That would be 14.
Okay.
Yeah. 14.
You see, as the woman, she almost reaches up to almost grab her hands, but then thinks better of it, and she just kind of goes, "Please, we've been walking for, I don't know how long we've been walking, but my boy is missing. I don't know where he is. We need to find him. Please, we need help. I don't know. I think I know where he went, but there's so many things out there. We need help."
Do you know where a nearby city might be, or where?
And as soon as you say city, she starts crying.
Yeah.
She starts crying profusely, and she just goes, "We were trying to go to Kryjith. We were trying, and then Amelia," and you hear the man in the back. "That's enough. We can just," and he kind of walks forward and kind of hesitantly, but walks up near her, and you see that he stands like shoulder to shoulder with her, like making sure that he is like touching her at all times.
I reach into my backpack and pull out my blanket from my tent.
Okay.
And I walk over and I offer it.
Okay. Easy enough. As she walks over, you walk over and you hand out the blanket. At first, the man kind of like rears up for a second, but then sees what you have, and she easily enough she's like, "Thank you," and she clutches the blanket close to her, and she just kind of, just almost like holds it over her shoulders like front ways and like throws it over her, and she's just like, you see, and being closer to her, you see that both of them look extremely exhausted. Like they look tired, like they might have been up all night, if not maybe 2 nights or so. Like they've been just walking and just kind of been looking around. And she glances at the man for a second before looking at you, and she says, "We're trying to go to Kryjith, and we saw something in the woods, and we were going to just ignore it, but then my boy ran off, and then I chased him, and then I got him, but then we were lost, and this woods, it plays tricks on your mind, and I don't know where he went. We got separated." And you see as the man puts his arm around her as she starts to cry again. And you rolled a 14?
Because you said they had a bunch of scratches on them. Do their clothes look at all ripped out?
Ripped and torn.
You do, they do, both of them. They both look pretty beat up, like they've been, like, obstacles, different things going on. They don't look, I mean, they do have, like, their cuts and bruises on them, but they don't look like slashes or gashes on them from, like, being attacked.
It looks like they were
But
just running through the trees.
They look like they were just running through the trees, is what it looks
I know
like.
what happened, but I don't like it.
And
back to the camp and start getting my stuff.
with that, you easy enough. You see, whenever you go through, and wait, I got multiple people here.
I'm fairly certain that we're heading towards Kryjith as well.
And on that note, for Lyndall, whenever you go through, you kind of make your way out. As you're trying to as they're talking, you do notice that both the man and the woman, their attention is directed to Omina and Nafi. They don't appear to have noticed that you've gone into the woods again.
Right, so questioning them.
Huh?
Not worrying about them.
Yeah,
the boy.
you walk around to try to find where the boy is.
Yeah.
Easy enough. You're stealthing, you're looking, and you do see the boy that was there before, with his blonde hair. He's kind of standing. He looks like he's kind of shifting his weight back and forth as he's kind of waiting for somebody to kind of let him know that it's okay to pass. Do you go up to him? Do you
say that again?
He's kind of shifting his weight.
Kind of antsy.
He's kind of antsy. He's pretty jittery. He's just standing there, from what you can tell.
Oh.
He's not that far away from the camp, but he is back in the wooded part.
All right. Can I make a perception check? See if there's anything, noticeably wrong besides the exhaustion.
Insight check. Go for it.
Yeah, insight check.
9. With a 9, you can. It's kind of, you just really just see his energy that is giving off that jitteriness, that he's pretty anxious, and with a 9 you see also how tired he is. That he's maybe like ramped up to like on like last bits of adrenaline. It's just kind of like kicking in, and going. And what you know with that, he might crash pretty quickly. But he right now just has like a lot of energy that he doesn't know what to do with, as the adrenaline's kicking in from just being tired.
Can I see if there's anything like particularly he's looking at? Like he's waiting for something?
Make a perception check for me.
17.
Okay. You switch. Okay. That's enough. What were you saying?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a lot of rolls I had to make for a second.
If he's looking, like kind of looking in the area he's turned towards.
He's facing back to where the encampment is, where the man and the woman was.
Okay.
He doesn't look like he's looking around. He's looking for, or what did you roll?
17.
17? No, actually you do see that he's for a long time he's just staring at the encampment, just kind of like dazed out for a minute, but then you see he kind of like jolts out of it and he starts glancing about a little bit, and he kind of, with the 19, you kind of look around. He doesn't look like he's looking for like something to attack him. It looks like he is looking for something, but he doesn't make any movement to go towards anywhere. He's still standing there, but he is looking around actively suddenly. And you kind of hear, suddenly, but you don't hear it on you.
Oh no.
You hear it behind you.
Can you just like run forward and spin around?
You come forward. No, you hear it behind you. You hear behind you.
On my back?
No, you don't hear it. You don't hear it on you.
Behind me.
You hear behind you. You hear
Can
Frisk
Lyndall run
behind
forward?
you. Okay, away from the noise.
Yeah, run forward a few steps, then turn around.
Yeah, you would be, if you're running, you'd be going his view.
Oh,
Or do you just turn around? No, that's fine.
Well, can I take a step forward then?
Yeah, you can take it. Yeah, easy enough. Take a step forward and turn.
Yeah.
Okay, you take a step forward, you turn, and you see Frisk is being held by someone. You see, but you don't like, and you see that there is a much smaller, kind of your height, a little bit smaller than you, probably as easily as why she was able to grab Frisk off of you, and she has also kind of a little bit of curls, brown curly hair. Seems to be human in nature. She appears to be maybe like 6. Like she's a little girl is standing there, and she's very slowly petting Frisk as Frisk is going, and just kind of letting her. And she looks up and sees you as you turn around, and she just goes, "I like your nose."
Thanks. Can Lyndall like?
She totally just swiped that off of you. Like,
yeah. Like low key reach for his rapier.
Just like like
just like reach for the weapon.
Okay, like just like trying to do it like stealthily, or just
stealthily.
Make a sleight of hand check.
That would be 13.
Okay, easy enough. You just you do that as she's just like, she's animated petting the ginger mouse. She's like, "What is it a boy or a girl?
Girl.
What's her name?"
The mouse or me?
The mouse.
She'll care about you.
Right? And alright, she's like, wait.
You said yours, so I was like.
Yeah, what's your name? Yeah. Sorry, I said what's her name? It blended in. Frisky?
No, just Frisk.
Frisk. And like she cups both of her hands together, and Frisk kind of just stands up and just kind of looks at her, and she looks back. And she goes,
"Can I make an insight check?"
"I like her. Go for it."
Because I do not like her.
She's just handling Frisk. Yeah.
13 again.
13. Okay. with a 13, you can see that she's also tired, like the other ones,
I
but
don't recall them mentioning a second child.
they didn't.
They didn't mention a
They
child.
did
A
not.
girl.
Yeah,
They mention a girl.
They did not
Not
mention
to
a girl.
mention
You
one
see,
that's farther away than the sun.
yeah, you see, but you do with a 13. You see that she's smiling, and you see that she looks almost a little bit relieved, a little bit, just kind of but more so than relieved. She just looks very interested in Frisk and very interested in the animal as she's just staring at her. You don't really. She does seem. I mean, she seems
This
non-threatening.
Human
at the moment.
6-year-old.
Yeah, she's a human. Yeah, she appears to be a human, about 6 years old, girl as she's standing there.
Keep saying
And you
appears
do
to be.
see with I always say that. Yeah, but with an insight check, you do see that on her, too. The only thing that she has with her that was attached to her, that's attached to like her belt, like kind of like tied around, it looks to be like a rag doll, but it's a kitten rag doll that's just kind of hanging out there, and she just goes. She kind of looks at you and looks at Frisk, and does not appear to be wanting to hand her back.
Yeah, I think I got that idea.
Yeah. And then with you guys, what were you wanting to ask after?
Can I insight check on the woman's story?
Oh, yes.
See if
go
she
for it.
seems like she's
Yeah,
telling the
go
truth.
for it.
A natural 20.
Natural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Oh, okay. Unnatural 20. That's important. She definitely, even though it's weird because she says that they attacked the boy, and then she found the boy ran off, then they were attacked and they got split up. She doesn't appear to have wounds on her, neither does the man, of the attack, like slashes or things like that. They just kind of see like wear and tear. But just from her voice and just from her demeanor and the energy that she's giving off, she does seem pretty sincere. She does seem like she is very adamantly missing a child her boy that she is mentioning. But you don't sense that she's lying. She seems to be really wanting to. Huh?
Yeah. She wasn't lying to me.
Yes, yeah, she's not lying. She doesn't appear to be lying to you. She's telling the truth about missing her boy and desperately looking for him. Did you?
Because I was gonna say.
The boy is the ghost.
Why did my phone light up suddenly? Hi, Darby. My phone lit up randomly. I was like, I put you on pause. You'd like it.
Well, I was gonna say
the
that
boy
I'm pretty
is
sure we're
Christmas
trying to get to Krydrith right now too.
I think.
Well, that's
Hold
where
on,
the.
I wrote this
Because
down.
you guys you can either go to Krydrith or you can look for the Enchantress. You don't know if the Enchantress is in Krydrith or.
I thought that's what he said.
He said go to
Krydrith to
Krydrith,
look for
but
her.
he also sent you in the forest, so you're not sure if that was the closest. It might have been the closest to Krydrith, so it is possible.
So we are going to Krydrith, so
Yeah,
we could take.
but we would need to help them find their son.
Feel free to ask
What does your son look like?
She kind of smiles for a bit as she clutches the blanket, and she just kind of goes, he's 8, and he looks a little bit like my husband. He's got brown hair, it's a little short.
Does that add up?
He's always smiling, even after everything. He's always smiling, and she starts crying again.
Taylor, like, kind of hates it.
Like, oh God, why? Yeah. He's like,
Nafi is so in this, by the way. Nafi is intent on this.
he's like,
now.
yeah.
How are we gonna find?
Oh yeah, do that in character, yeah.
A
How
bird
long
is supposed
has
to
your
have-
son been missing?
Yeah, how long have you been here in the forest?
It's
2 seconds.
I don't. And then the husband just kind of goes. It's been about. I mean, the days they kind of blend in together a little bit, but I
Something's
imagine that
definitely wrong.
it'd be. I've been in here for maybe 3 days, maybe 2, maybe 4. It's kind of hard to tell. We've just been
2 hours.
wondering. But the boy, my boy, Nash, is his name. He's been missing for maybe. He looks up and sees that it's the sun. The sun is about to rise, rising again, and he's like, I guess 2.5 days now. Yes.
I'd like to divine sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Paladin.
You're like, okay, divine sense.
Literally, I have a meme on here. Paladin, is that evil? Divine sense.
Yeah.
The new character is introduced. Paladin.
So you
Divine
60 feet.
60.
You use divine sense.
Nice. I know I see Rosie.
Yeah, you see Rosie, and 60 feet where you're standing, nothing goes off except Rosie. Rosie's the only thing that gives
So
a blip.
she's not a ghost.
That might be worse. Also,
And you would know
just that
from where Lyndall's standing, it's probably on the, you can't see where they're at.
I don't know where
but
he went,
Yeah,
but
you don't. Yeah, you
Just,
don't sense anything. Yeah.
question for future reference.
Yes.
If Lyndall were to say, for instance, scream, would
Okay.
they hear me?
Yes.
It's
yes.
really
You're not
quiet.
that far away. I mean, you're like out a bit, but not that far.
Better safe than sorry.
Okay.
I mean, you have message too, as long as you can see us.
That's in 120 feet. If I know you, I can do it without seeing you.
Yes.
120 feet and it's blocked by like.
Are any
An
of us
inch of
good at
anything.
tracking?
Just goes, can I like her.
Can Lyndall
Are any of us good at tracking?
do a quick perception check?
Like
would be
tracking, like
survival.
survival,
Look
like
around.
particularly good at
Yeah.
survival.
The boy.
Does it look for the boy?
Yeah, see if he's still
Okay,
there
yeah,
or
make
if
a
he's
I have a
gone.
+3 in
Um,
survival.
What
Ah,
the man would say,
Oh, I have a +3 in survival.
I
Yeah.
rolled 3 9s in a row.
the man kind of goes, I know the direction of I think we've gone too far. I know the direction of where I think we need to be going. And he kind of points east a little bit. He's just like, we got to circle back. There's no way he would have gotten that far. He wouldn't have gone that far. We gotta.
I'll kind of, not necessarily being super obvious, but kind of motion to Ander and be like, could she track? Sniff?
Yeah, she's good at
Could
doing
I?
things.
Oh, so I rolled 11.
I don't, because I'm like, I don't know how those kind of things work. Can it do that?
16.
Of what?
Survival for track.
Well, Rosie's not gonna be like,
Usually,
go!
Usually, I asked you to make a check, or you asked to make a check. You don't
I
just
was
make
just-
a check.
I was just saying.
Just for future reference. Yeah. No, that was a nice try.
I was just
But,
asking if you think she could.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's because Shannon, you used your DM voice, and that was
Sorry.
Yeah.
What was your perception?
11.
Because I mean, if she could like
You look around, you don't see.
smell them, they would
This
probably
monster
smell
flew
similar
out
to
of the
her.
woods, covered in mouth.
Yeah. Oh my
So-
god. No, you don't see.
She could make. She might be
You don't
able
see.
to
You
help.
don't
I
see
said
anybody.
that.
You just see.
Especially if we
You
have
see.
something
You see.
before,
Lot,
as we can,
the 14-year-old that's standing over there, and you see the girl, but you don't
Oh,
see.
there's a
who it
different
is.
boy. Okay, good.
Yeah. It's a different.
It's like they have two. They have two sons.
Yeah.
The boy you see is the blonde-haired son. The
Okay,
one they're
good,
missing
good.
is the brunette.
They have a teenage and they have a child.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got that
Is
wrong.
the
No,
girl
he's also
theirs?
blonde. Sorry. The
Oh, both
father's
of them
blonde.
are
They're both
blonde?
blonde. They're both blonde.
Oh,
Can I
okay.
send a
Sorry.
message to? I don't know.
You would be doing if you did.
Like, can
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
like a quick message to?
Yeah.
I don't know, Acra.
Why is it always me?
Yeah.
It's always accurate.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Is it cocked?
11.
Sleight of hands.
Yes.
15.
15. Okay. Easy enough.
He's like, why are you
Okay.
pointing?
Yeah. Okay. So you make. What do you say to Akra?
How many kids were there?
Again, I'm like,
You're like
Wendell.
I know. Then you walk in for the first time and go, God damn it, he's not here again.
real quick, can I do a perception check to real quick to see if I can be like, where the fuck did he go?
Go for it.
I did not see where he
Yeah.
went.
He
It
was
was an
real
8.
sneaky.
It was an 8.
He real sneaky.
Be a real sneaky guy.
Would they
Also,
have mentioned
can I
those
add
two
on-
boys?
They. Yeah.
In
You.
the-
Well,
in the
you've seen the boy,
So,
and they've mentioned. They've talked about Nash.
but they haven't
talked
mentioned the
about
other
Nash.
one,
They have not mentioned another one.
which is weird. I guess I'll reply.
Can
It's,
and it's probably a little late, but can I add on to that message?
You can cast it again. I say the same. Same check. You can say it again. You can say another thing.
Can I just say, there's a little girl standing in front of me.
I reply, Where are you?
Yeah.
That's not the point.
How many kids?
I'll ask them. So it's only your son you're looking for?
Yes. Yeah, it's just my boy, Nash.
Did anyone catch where Lyndall went?
Lyndall's gone.
I know. You guys now all notice that Lyndall is missing. Yeah.
Did you mention the little girl?
Yeah.
He says
there's a girl.
There's a girl in front of me.
Wherever he went, he has a little girl with him?
A little girl. Do you have a little girl?
You see as she clutches this tightly. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Cool. I mean,
And you see the man straighten up again too, and he clutches the great axe and kind of goes, "How did you know that?"
A friend of ours was out in the woods. He said a little girl came up
friend-
behind us.
Lot! And he turns and he marches back.
And
towards
I don't know where he is either.
and he marches towards the woods. And Lyndall, you do see the man come forward and sees Lot, and he's just like, "Lot, where's the land? Where is the? I don't know. What good are you, boy? Where is she?" And as soon as you hear it, she goes, "Oh." And she kind of goes, wait, and she waddles past you with Frisk. And she's like,
walking after her.
"Okay, you walk out."
You're like, "Hold on there, come back here, Mitzi."
And she goes, "Pop, look." He's, darn it, that put that down. And then he sees you come out, and he's like,
Lyndall's like, "That's mine, that is
yeah.
she belongs to me."
"Don't come here." And she's, "Oh, but I, and she just kind of looks at Frisk, and Frisk kind of is now getting a little bit concerned looking, and she kind of is looking at you and kind of starts scurrying up her arm. She goes, oh, here, I'm sorry, and she goes to hand Frisk back to you. Xena, Frisk pops up and immediately crawls up to you and is just like kind of buries herself back into your cloak and is like,
I was
wait.
taken.
Yeah, she's just like, "This was nice. This went on for too long." She's like, "Never mind." And she goes back in, and you see as the man goes and clutches the daughter close to him. You assume is his daughter. And sees.
I would hope so.
You would hope so, yeah. Yes.
I look at the woman and I go, "Okay, so just for clarity's sake, how many children do you have? How many are with you? And how many are missing?"
3.
3 total.
3. And 1. Okay. Or 2, I guess. I don't know.
2, 1.
2 with
Okay,
me.
2 are with
My
us.
son, my oldest son is Lot.
The youngest son is missing.
I have a daughter, and she's my youngest. Her name's Lillian. My little lily flower, she likes to wander off. I don't know how you know of her. And Nash, my middle boy.
The answer to that question is 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1 was the answer to that question, yeah. And you see as the family, they make
I'll tell her, we have a friend who likes to disappear even from us. And she, I guess, snuck up on him, surprisingly enough.
You see her smile, and she goes, "My girl likes to do the same thing."
They'll get along pretty well.
Yeah.
Or they'll hate each other.
That too.
Right,
now
that
he'll
too.
know how it feels.
Yeah, exactly. And then they see, you guys see, do you follow or no, Lyndall?
Follow who?
The family
They're
is
gonna
walking
walk
back to
back
the camp. They're walking back to everybody.
Okay, I guess I'll follow behind.
Okay, you see.
But I'll keep my distance.
Yeah, you see the man.
You're going, that girl's weird.
Yeah, you see the man holding, kind of, daughter kind of rushing her forward as the boy kind of has his head down as he's walking. And you see Lyndall slowly kind of behind them making his way. But yeah, all of you guys are together now.
Please don't hurt me.
But the boy, not the boy, the man, he goes...
Akra just looks at you like, really?
Yeah, please don't hurt me.
So that's where you went, darling.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't been here long, but he does that a lot.
I'm already very aware.
I've only been here like a day, and I know. Yeah. You see the man. He straightens up again as he gestures for the girl to go towards the older boy, and he steps forward and he goes,
I only caused an unnecessary moment of fear.
"All right, we just need to get all of our bearings straight. My name is Paul Andrews. This is my wife, Amelia. It's my boy, Lot," and he points to the oldest one, "and that's my little girl. It's Lillian. We're looking for Nash, like my love said, and I'm certain that he's there, and he points east. That we were in this direction. We went too far.
I mean, I feel like we should help.
I think we should help.
Do we have any
I see no reason why we shouldn't.
He kind of is like, if you're willing to help us, great. If not, we need to be leaving because we're already wasting. And he kind of looks up at barely morning light. It's still dim light in the forest, but he's just like, we need to keep walking again. And he just kind of does this number like he's talking to you. Make a insight check for me.
I actually think I'm good at those.
Whoa!
Wait, I can do a good insight.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Hey!
I see his ancestors.
The magical DM whispers.
Well, this is the whispering forest.
There you go.
You literally saw
Yeah, he's just like, but if you're gonna help us, great. If not, you need to be going. And he's like, please help us. I would really like if you did.
I don't see why we can't.
I don't feel like I should be making any decisions in this group. I haven't been here very long.
Wait a minute.
I don't like that.
Yep. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I remembered something.
I don't
Fun
like
stuff.
that.
Keep talking.
I got looked at.
Sorry, I got excited for a minute.
Well, we think we should do it. What do you three think?
Darby, is Darby with us? Did we lose Darby?
I'm going to go pull you aside from the
Darby.
Oh yeah, Darby's
Can I,
here.
if you're pulling aside to go talk,
Somebody hand me
I would
the
like to
phone.
come over as well.
let's...
Okay, who's all on the side talking?
Us three.
Okay.
Because I see her go to pull
Somebody
her
hand me my
aside, and then
Thank you.
I'll kind of go over as well.
Really?
I know.
Leave it
Wow.
I'm a mess.
Thought, even if we do find the child dead,
It's closure.
it's better than also letting them die if we help.
Well, that too.
If they keep wandering by themselves, they will die.
He did say he knew where the city was. Also,
Andrew slides.
He also said that they were lost.
I want to.
Yeah.
Andrew slides to the side. Conversation.
Okay.
I'm just like,
It's like, yo.
Okay, but why is them dying our problem? Just throwing that out there.
I almost killed the child.
Niffy really did almost kill the child.
happened. When did that happen?
Okay, so they came from the south where I put my glyph.
Yes.
You can't be held accountable for people walking in the middle of
We
the
need
night.
to be finding enchantress. We don't have time for your guilt side mission.
So wait, the parents.
just waiting to be allowed to talk.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
pause.
Oh
The
no.
Pause
person
real
who
quick.
rolled the natural 20 on the inside here not being allowed to speak.
Well, we don't know that.
Right.
Before you continue, are they actually saying that aloud? In
Yeah, yeah, they're up to the side.
They're
They're
going
to
to
the
the
side.
side.
Okay,
They went to
good.
go have a little powwow, and while they're having a powwow, the mom and the dad are talking, kind of
Because I
slowly.
thought they'd
to
be
each
like
other.
talking loud enough to
Hold
the
on.
parents can
Before
hear.
we went to our
probably
powwow, could I give... I'm gonna hate myself
Why
for
are they
doing this.
dying? Not a
Could I give
responsibility.
each of them one of my rations?
Okay, easy enough. Yeah,
Can I
you can.
guess
Yeah.
sleep on all of them?
I mean, you
Hi
can.
guys,
You
I
can
have
try.
6
Yeah.
days worth of rations now.
You have 6 now.
No, yeah.
Okay.
There's 4 of them, right?
So,
Yes. Okay. You reach out and he kind of takes these like, is this phone? Oh, think. He's like, and before he even reply, the mom's just like, thank you. And she like just takes her hands and she's like, thank you so much. Lily,
We're gonna, you guys eat, we're gonna talk.
right. Easy enough.
I'm back.
Okay, we're back. Okay.
he seems more preoccupied with his wife than about the children in any
It does
means.
Well, she
trust
is
him.
concerned.
Do you think
She
if nothing
is
else, he might be
100%
Because that's pretty much what it was,
Yeah, that
right?
is
He
what-
seems way preoccupied with her and what
Yep.
she's doing than anything with the kids or anything with the missing child.
I'm concerned that she might be problematic, or that maybe he is abusive or controlling towards her. I did get that vibe.
So we
But,
kill him and leave everyone else alive.
but it also doesn't change what we know, I guess. Do you know why he might be doing that?
Did I get anything from on the wife with the natural 20 or just with the husband?
Just with the husband. You can, if you, I mean, while she's talking, I mean, if you want to go talk to her, just kind of get some more bearings down.
With the natural insight, you saw past, present, and future.
Ah, yeah. Feels fucking good. Yeah.
So if we don't help
Or if you want to pull the man aside too, you could. Or talk to the boy. You talk to any of them.
Just as lost as we are.
they're going east. If we don't help them, we wouldn't see them again.
And
Let's be honest.
Have other
here.
things to do.
It doesn't
people's
matter.
passive perception.
Civilization is one of them.
Or Lyndall, what's your passive
We're
perception?
help. We have to
12.
help them.
12.
We can't just leave
Darby's
them.
is 14.
Okay, Darby's is 14.
Also,
I'm a lawful good paladin, you guys. We are helping them.
like, can I say?
I was like, wait a minute.
I'm chaotic neutral.
And if he's like, I almost killed a child. Yeah, literally.
Neffy's true neutral, so she's just gonna do what she wants.
Lyndall's neutral good. So.
Yeah.
Also, I would say. Wait, did Andrew just say that aloud? That last thing?
Are you over there with him?
Wait, the saying chaotic, I'm chaotic
Yeah.
neutral.
He wouldn't say that. He doesn't really know that.
The
Yeah.
thing before that, like, we shouldn't help them.
Yeah, you would have heard that.
He said that
yeah.
out loud.
Yes, they're lost. They're heading east. East is civilization. Civilization is transportation. Transportation, we move faster.
Civilization's every direction, technically.
Did we know it was to the east? I didn't think that the fastest way to civilization was east.
We don't
So
know
we're
what
just
the
going
fastest
south.
way. We
I
just
thought
know
it was east.
If
south.
we're in that forest, there wasn't any cities like directly.
Well,
east
the
of that.
forest
There
wraps
actually was.
around, so you don't know which part of the forest you're in.
Okay.
So
We
it's
just
kind
know
of
But we
hard to
do
tell,
know.
yeah.
For a general idea of the forest, south
Is the
was
forest
probably
kind
the
of
best
in circles? You do
direction.
know the Whispering Forest is by the Listening Lake
Okay.
and wraps around that. You do know that Krygeth is somewhere by the lake, but you don't know if you're like as Krygeth. The forest wraps around mostly to the east side of it, but you might be over on the other part of the forest, so you don't know.
I do suggest that rather than helping the family find a dead body, we continue our route south, where we know we will find a city, but whatever you decide, of course, is fine with me.
Okay, let's take it to a vote.
Mm-hmm.
Raise your hand if we should help them.
I believe Darby would be raising his hand, even though Darby is missing, but knowing Darby, Darby would also be raising his hand.
Okay, raise your hand if you don't think that we should be helping them.
It's a split vote.
Split
I
vote.
refrain from voting since I'm not.
Okay, then
Good
good
wins.
wins. Helping them wins.
Then we have
yeah.
to help them.
Then helping them wins. Yeah.
I'll take cruise club.
Fucking same. Fucking same. God damn it.
We're playing D&D to forget about the real world, damn it!
You know,
Get out of my table.
As a matter of fact, I do believe that voting is very important.
No, too late. Too late. Too late. You decided on helping them.
Okay.
I thought Gabby was for helping them.
Yeah, but then she talked herself out of it. Yeah.
Talked to myself. I rolled a die, and it was even, which was no. That's what I did. I rolled a die, and it was even, so it was no.
Two iffies. So yeah, you guys
To
are
be honest,
helping
I
them.
think she would have raised her hand for not with it because it was split. I thought it was already like 4 people were gonna say.
It was 3.
It was
It
3.
was
That
3 and 3.
my misunderstanding.
It was 3 and 3,
So if you want to
basically.
play it where she said it the other way.
Well, it'd still be
that was
3
just
and
my
3.
understanding.
So it's
No,
we
could
still would
just
have to
stop
debate.
arguing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's still 3 and 3.
If
so
you
you'd
say
have to
no,
debate.
then it's a split vote.
If you just rolled your dice, then
That's what I did. I just rolled a die.
it can be considered the same as her not saying anything. So
Yeah, so it's exactly because Neffy's still iffy,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's up to you guys. Yeah.
I can be persuaded to go anywhere.
Yeah, it's iffy, so I would
By
say
yourself.
probably
Yeah.
you guys have
We'd
voted
end
to
up-
help to
It makes
assist them.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I think
So-
the people. Plus, too, I think the people that are wanting to help are going to be more adamant about helping the
Yeah.
chickens than the
Which
people
will
that are
persuade
saying no. So we're going to go by that too.
Alright, let's go find a dead body then.
Well, what Akron would be like is, by all means, if you want to leave this family to die in the forest,
Yeah.
painfully, slowly, or horrifically by monsters,
Right.
by all means, go tell them that.
Yeah, exactly. Akker's like, we going? Yeah, exactly. Akker's like, fucking fight me, bitch.
Let's go. Take that shirt. Fight me.
Golden scale, like, let's go. Amano. Same. The hell.
We're going to help.
All right. Well, do you guys talk to any of them? I assume you guys tell them that you guys are gonna assist them in finding the boy.
Mhm.
Do you guys go in the direction that they point to the east, or do you guys talk to any of them before you guys leave?
They said they got that something attacked them. I want to ask what it was.
Okay.
And did it have multiple mouths?
Yeah. She goes, the woman just kind of still tighten a grip around the blanket as she's kind of faced. She's like, I wish we stopped for a moment on the road because our cart's wheel got, it's not completely broken. My husband was in the process of repairing it, and then suddenly there was and then suddenly my boy, it was starting to get late, and we had left too late to get to Krygith, and there was these, I saw them too for a moment. There was these lights that were in the woods.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Out of character, fuck.
Yeah, fuck. There was just these lights. They were just small, and they just appear and disappear, and they were just...
Can I make a check?
Jennifer
knows what that is.
What this is?
It's an Arcana check.
Yeah, it was a very good Arcana check.
It's literally
make
only
an Arcana check.
I just remembered something. What does long range give you?
14.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Can I make one of my history or no?
It's an Arcana
If you
check.
take a long rest,
Out of character, I know
Yeah,
what
you
it
get
is.
everything.
No, I
You
meant
get everything.
Arcana
Okay,
check.
I did
I
not
just
write
meant,
that
can I
down.
make the roll? 16.
Both of you would know that hearing of what she's describing, and especially the wooded area that she's talking about, this is very prevalent to being in darker forest of this, is something known as will-o-wisp. Which is, the kind of, they appear, kind of lure people out, and are kind of notorious for sucking people's souls out, basically.
Any of us can actually hurt a will-o-wisp right
and
now as well.
she continues on.
Weapons.
She continues on. She says, and I
don't.
As soon as he was just enthralled by it, and he ran off.
That.
He ran off into the woods, and I ran after him, and then the rest of my family, they caught up with me, and we ran. I saw them, and they were, we ran, and then we were lost, and then she looks like she's about to say something for a moment, and then she stops and corrects herself, and goes, and then we were just lost, and then we were attacked by these weird goblin-like creatures, and that's when we got split up. They chased us, and we got away, and I think he got away too. I saw him. I made sure that he got away, but now I can't find him.
Well, luckily we
So
have
you
Darby the Goblin
saved him from the first thing.
From the will-o-wisp that you know of, yeah.
And then you guys got split up.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they got attacked.
After they got attacked later.
After they got
When they got
attacked
they got lost.
They got
whenever
lost,
they
and they
saved
got
them.
attacked later. Yeah.
And then they got attacked by like goblins or something, and that
and then
caused
they
them
got
to split up.
Yeah, she said
because
something
they got
goblin-like.
attacked.
So they're just split up then.
Yeah,
Would
there's a will-o-wisp
So-
in the forest somewhere.
Great. Pretty sure those can cast like lightning bolt and chain lightning and shit like that.
TPK! No. Let's go.
You would.
So you guys are gonna go.
So
can Rosie try?
I was about to say,
like scent-wise?
would she
like
be able
a
to?
bloodhound? Kind of.
Yeah.
So if I smelt something.
Yeah.
So if we
I would assume
asked
yes.
if they had something that belonged to the boy.
Do you have something that belonged to the boy?
She kind of clutches.
You're like Loki, my dog, kind of trying to hide her
Yeah.
a little bit.
No, you say that actually, and you look, and Rosie's not there. By the way.
Where's the little girl?
You also don't see her.
Shit.
Where's the little girl?
But you say that, but she goes, I don't. Everything that we had was back on the cot. All we have. You
Okay.
see that the husband has a backpack on him. But she's like,
Do I have
we
anything
just have
useful?
little things. I don't have anything. I'm sorry.
Well,
His
scent would be.
Yeah, the scent's on.
No, I mean, we have food and.
Well, the scent would be similar.
Yeah, we have a little bit of food.
The
They
scent
don't have very
would
much food,
be. The boy
I mean,
would
it
have,
potentially
like,
be similar. Yeah.
Yeah, or that if the boy's wearing anything that was given
Oh, I forgot
to
I
him
had that.
by.
Scroll of daylight might be useful in this forest. Forgot I had that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first.
As soon as you know, I feel like Andrew would be like gone.
You know you can poof him and you can
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a little
wait, what the fuck? Yeah.
What would I'm assuming Nearsail is invisible somewhere at this point.
Yeah. As soon as Nafi and got everybody up, she poofed. Yeah.
Do I feel her anywhere on me, or is she?
She's not on you.
Okay.
No, she's not on you.
I tried crawling Rosie. I'm like, Rosie, if you're here.
You're off like just like maybe like 5 feet into the woods. You'd be like,
Rosie, come here. Come here. Come here, Rosie.
and she kind of comes out, and you hear a voice. Wait, no, wait.
Oh god, no! And now we're all gonna notice the two-headed fucking dog with
Yeah,
us.
he took the fucking dog. And you see Rosie comes back and randomly just comes and sits right next to you. And you see the girl go, and she's holding a stick, and she's like, but you see that it's a stick that she had broken in half because she noticed that it has 2 heads, so she has 2 sticks. And she's like, I'm.
It's okay. You can pet her.
Okay. And you see, as soon as you see that the dad goes, Lily. Sees and marches over and he's like,
Don't worry.
the fuck is that?
She
Looks down at the dog.
Nafi just leans over and goes, something that can find your kid?
I was like, don't worry, she's harmless. It's just a fun
Real
dog.
quick in Draconic,
Don't pet it.
can I whisper if she's within whispering hearing of me? Can you please come here so I know you're here?
There's so many people.
Replies in Draconic. I know.
The dog.
And a dog.
I don't like it.
I know. Honestly, Akra would say, I don't either.
She goes,
Okay.
and kind of you feel her get back on your shoulder.
I do a pat, invisible pat. Do a
Well,
little
gives you a
chin-
look for a second.
Gives you a little give her a little
Yeah.
chin. I half want to ask her if she wants to go play with the little girl, because I'm pretty sure the little girl would freak out.
Do you ask her?
Probably.
Yes.
I'll ask Nearsail.
Okay.
She looks like she would want to play if you want to play.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, absolutely.
16.
I'm better than a dog.
You feel as she leaves, and then you don't see her for a second, and you're the dad. He's like at the dog. He's just like, "Can you find what the fuck is that?" Like another second time, as like she poofs out of in existence, kind of like not right in front of the girl's face, but kind of near her, and just kind of flutters. She's, "Oh, you're so pretty." She kind of goes.
I reply and say, she thinks you're pretty.
And she kind of like does this to her
the
crown
crown.
that's still in her head, and she goes, "And you're a princess."
I'll tell her she thinks you're a princess.
And then she's just like,
Don't touch me. Don't, wait, no.
like, doesn't really know. She just kind of like flutters around her. And she's like, I like Dad.
While the dad's distracted.
With this
Okay.
And I think this might be the first. Have you seen her at this point, Nearsail?
You've not.
No.
No, you have not.
No.
Because she was invisible during that. You have
Alright,
not
you
seen
really do have a lot of weird pets.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not a pet. Don't tell her that.
She can't understand.
No, I'll say she
Still,
can't understand
She can't
you.
hear you.
Yeah, Akra's literally like, you
Yeah,
can't,
I-
don't, she can't understand you.
They already
And then
saw-
the girl goes, no kidding. You're like, oh shit.
We don't need to help them anymore.
Kill the kid! Harry Potter parcel tongue!
Right? Like, yeah, I'm the chosen one.
Why
I
do
am
you
the
know
chosen
Draconic
one.
small
Like,
child?
oh fuck. Yeah.
Why do you know?
So, I guess we should probably just go with what their lead,
Start walking easy.
because the only other lead we would have to be to go back where they fought those things and travel from there.
Right.
Can I have Rosie smell and see if there's anything like a
Like-
poison scent?
Bloodhound, go.
You would know it would be. I mean, they look like they've been. She said that it's been maybe
A few
2
days,
days, and so you would just be smelling her.
I would tell the little girl her name's Nearsail.
Nary Seal. I like her. Can I hold you? Yeah, she's just as soon as she's like, as she's reaching her arms Teresa keeps flying a little bit further away. Just like,
I like her.
she just kind of like puts her head down. She's like, but she keeps looking up.
Yeah.
So while
All right,
the
so-
dad's distracted,
Oh,
I
boy.
wanted to go over to the mother.
Okay.
And I wanted to say,
Hit on.
how are you doing? Are you okay?
I'll be better when we find Nash.
Can I talk to the other son when you're done?
You can. Yeah. Chit chat fest.
I'm ready to make my survival check to continue
All
on
right.
with this story.
Yeah. We'll make this fast.
Are you feeling healthy?
Tristan.
Are you feeling healthy, darling? Are you okay?
I'm tired. I'm very tired.
I just wanted to check in.
Well, I'm gonna check my lay on hands. Pretty sure I can't do anything about that.
Yeah. Doesn't cure
I don't have anything to fix
Yeah.
exhaustion. I ate it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Does she appear diseased or poisoned?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't
She
do
looks
anything then.
like tired. What do you do?
I was just seeing if I could roll good.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you want to talk to the boy?
Yeah. I go over to him and I say,
He straightens up. He kind of like jolts a bit because you kind of get the sense he's not used to seeing a tiefling. Yeah.
Also,
I cast thaumaturgy and make my eyes look normal instead of pure black.
Okay.
I like how they. Side note, they
Yeah.
don't give a shit that I'm a dragonborn.
They don't like me. I'm a tiefling. Apparently.
They seem both a little. Well, you see that the mom does not appear to be affected, but you see that the dad is particularly eyeing
A bit.
couple. Yeah.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
we have a half elf, a dragonborn, a tiefling,
And
a
an I don't know.
halfling,
And yeah, and then I don't
whatever
know.
you are. Oh, and
You yeah. So you say to the boy.
Can you tell me what you remember situation?
I don't know what you like with what.
What do you remember how you guys got split up?
No, I have such a bad memory. He looks at you for a second and he goes, I mean, no, I remember.
Why are we not level 5 right now? I got Zone of Truth on level 5!
Let's go! Yeah! Yeah, he goes,
They literally couldn't lie to us right
they
now.
can't, they
I
wouldn't be able to.
I
Yeah.
just smile at him
Yeah,
and I
he-
go, why don't you just try?
Make a persuasion check.
15.
He goes, well, I mean, Mom and fucking Nash
Oh wait, this is the
ran
kid.
off into the woods. I didn't see anything, but they ran off. We followed them, and we got lost because of the stops for a second. Oh, well, we got lost.
So this is the kid, not the
The
dad.
goblins?
Them two. We
The
got split. Yeah, he's like we got split up because
Them
of the
two.
the little. They're weird looking
The little green
bit, but I mean we just got lost. You know, I mean it's the Whispering Forest. We get people get lost here.
What are you not telling me? It's okay. I can't help you if I don't know everything.
With your persuasion check, he says, "Oh, I mean there's the enchantress here and the yeah, he says the enchantress and those weird the crow sisters. All of them.
right.
They mess with people. And they move.
Have you met any of the Crow Sisters or the Enchantress while you were here?
No.
No?
No.
Definitely not.
I would not be here. I don't think. I mean, from what they tell me,
I gently
it's-
place my hand on his shoulder.
yeah,
and I
like,
go,
he straightens up like a word. Yeah, he's like,
I just smile and I go, I believe anyone can survive anything if they try hard enough.
Now, what's the size
that's
difference
gonna get
between
you
you two?
killed.
What?
But okay.
What's the size
Yeah, he said.
Pretty sure I'm taller.
I'd like
than
to
him.
say whenever he says that's gonna get you killed, you motion to like the in the group.
He's like, well, maybe that. No.
I tap my holy symbol and I go, I'm always safe.
No, I mean, I follow Zeus too. I mean, he looks like he's like, I mean, I follow Zeus too, but I mean, that doesn't stop them from taking people.
So, do you think maybe they took him?
God, no, I hope not. No.
Can I insight check?
Mm.
Okay. A natural 20.
Nice.
God,
He's
you're
telling the
killing
truth.
it tonight.
You see, he's more transparent than any of them. Because the mom, it's kind of hard. I mean, like, she's sincere, but she's grieving. She's upset. But with him, he's pretty straightforward, and he's pretty certain that no, he hasn't been captured by either the Enchantress or the Crows of Time. Okay. But he is very adamantly, like, worried about running into them. But he points in a direction. He points south, and he just goes that direction. I think that's the side that they said don't go. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
They would know what part of the forest we're in, actually. More so than we would.
Yeah. Can you tell us where
purple
we
D20
are?
is missing.
If you think we should go south,
just had a second.
Do you believe we should be going east?
I mean, that's where my brother is. Yeah.
Do you have?
No. I wish I did, but it wouldn't do any good if I did have a map. I mean, like the forest moves sometimes.
I'm sorry, my D20 just literally disappeared from sitting right there, and I don't know where the heck it went.
Oh shit.
What was it?
My purple
rules for accurate.
My purple D20 is literally just gone.
I
Okay, you guys can do your thing. I'm just gonna keep sitting here befuddled as to where.
Do you ask him anything else, or do you guys traverse?
No. I go and then relay all the information I just learned.
Okay.
And
Easy enough.
I let
Details
them know that I think he's the one we could get better information out of.
Also, I'm going to talk about how great the weather is. I love the temperature. It's a good day to travel, really. Of course.
What the heck did I do?
You lost it. All right, but you guys travel
got them
east.
all lined up right here, and then all of a sudden, just 20 is
Just
gone.
the last one, but yeah.
My purple 20 is gone.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Wait.
I'm so confuzzled.
Just the last text.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah. But easy enough. You guys agree to help the family.
I'll have to look for it later. I don't know. Because I had it, and then I was gone.
Sorry about replay. You guys agree to help the family,
first off,
and
you could have just texted me.
I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Where'd you get that?
Yeah, you guys easily enough go to help the family. And
second off, no.
I just asked.
Yeah. And who did? Yeah. And then
Was there any reply to that?
what did you say? What did you ask? The weather is
Yeah, talking about the weather and such.
Gotcha.
Was there any reply?
See the dad go. We're in the forest. All weather sucks, dear.
That's enough information.
That's what you get. Yeah. And
in other words, it's perfect.
Yeah. Then you guys, because they are exhausted, you will for the day. They are 2 levels of exhausted, so they are.
Oh darn!
They're pretty slow.
They're extra slow.
So you guys will only be able to move at a slow pace today.
Could we pull that off?
Huh?
Can we carry them?
I can carry one, but they're not going to want us to.
I could
There's
carry
4
one
of
too.
them. They're pretty heavy. Yeah. I can say you can try.
Really weird.
But you're going 8 hours carrying people.
That's how exhaustion.
That's how exhaustion happens. Yeah. I mean, you can try if you really want to. But
I think we could just go at the slow pace and then they'll.
Yeah.
So, is the little girl my height?
she's shorter than you.
I thought you were going to say taller.
No, she's shorter. Just by a couple of inches. Okay. So you guys are traversing through. I need to know your guys' marching order.
We'll go last.
I would probably be in front.
Okay, go last. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll walk.
If anything happens, they'll just run into you.
And where do you them?
Probably in the middle.
Okay.
I want to walk with the boy.
Okay.
I'm second to last.
Second to last.
Are we walking in a line or a square?
That is what I was going to say too. You guys can double up and go 2, but you can't go more than 2. So.
Do we want to do
So
that?
if you want to walk beside
Somebody want
Lot,
to-
you can.
Somebody
And
want
we
to
can
come
put
up
the
with me?
parents right in front of me.
Well, we do me and someone else, and then the parents right behind.
And then someone and the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Lot.
Yeah, there are 10 of us, right?
I'll walk with the little girl.
Okay.
I got a dog. I'll be like,
And then
Easy enough.
you
You're like,
two
she's enthralled.
the-
Yeah.
Do you want to walk? Do either of you want to walk with Akra?
And you guys
or
don't
walk
have to
with
double up
Darby?
all the way. I mean, some people can be doubled up. One person.
I just want to make sure I'm in the front because
to you.
things go bad if I'm not in the front.
I'll be in the front as well.
Okay. Omina.
I guess I'm in the back.
With Darby?
And you're in the back with Darby.
Again.
You two always end up together.
Yeah. And then you guys put you are in the middle, right? You're behind the mom and dad with Lot. Okay.
And
I'm behind
wolves.
them
With the girl. Yeah. And then Lyndall and Darby are back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm behind her. Right?
Yeah, you're behind them. You're second to last. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, easy enough. I need everybody to make a survival check for me.
Survival. My D20 is gone. Okay, here it is.
It'll be Ander.
That'd be an 11.
Okay. And
Rosie
11.
have to make
11.
one?
Huh?
Does Rosie have to
No,
make one?
Rosie is with you. Yeah. Yeah,
What
Nericio
did-
doesn't have like
What did an 18 get me?
18. Okay. Levine.
16.
16. Omina.
9.
9. Well.
Lyndall and
Oh,
should I roll for Darby?
Yes, please roll for Darby. Oof.
Darby trips
Of
over.
course.
Yeah.
I roll for Darby and I roll my first one.
Darby keeps rolling ones, man. Darby, are you with us? Darby, we miss you. Please come back.
What's worse is that
Darby's gone.
if I rolled
Darby's
for
gone.
Lyndall, I could have re-rolled this and gotten
Yeah.
15.
Nope, it's a 1.
He was saying he could have.
He could have. It would have been nice.
And then
Would have been
Darby's
nice.
It would have been 90.
Okay. Alright, you guys are traversing through. You guys, because you guys are going really slowly, it's a little bit easier because you guys are going slow. You can be a little bit more careful as you guys are walking. Darby, again, tries to, Darby again nearly trips and falls and trips over a couple of the family members who are also not being very quiet.
Over the girl.
Yeah, he trips over, he kind of steps on the girl's feet and she kind of goes, ow! And they're kind of, but you guys...
Anna looks at him like, just disappointed drunk.
Yeah, you're like, God damn it, yeah. And then, you guys are going, but for the most part, you guys aren't the quietest, per se, but, since you guys are going so slowly, you guys take more time. It just kind of delays you a little bit as you guys are walking, but easy enough. You guys do
As we walk,
go.
can I hum a prayer?
Sure, easy enough.
Oh, we could use a song.
And you guys get about 4 miles, but nothing has caught anybody's attention. Nothing's caught anything. You guys can continue forward if you would like. Or you guys can stop.
Hunt for some food.
Do you guys want to stop and go hunting?
I don't need rations, so I need to
Well, I
stop
mean,
and
you guys
go
are, this is like a joint pile. That's why I asked what everybody had. Yeah.
Well, I think we should go hunting.
Yeah, because now we have 4 more mouths to feed. If
Well,
they
they
don't
have their own food.
If they don't have a lot.
They have.
They have
You
enough.
can ask. If you ask them, they would say that they have, I believe,
Yeah, they have
4
a week's
days
worth of
worth
rations
for
for
each
one
of
person.
them.
4 days
Now
worth.
5 because of what you gave them. Let me double check.
To have
Yeah, he
food.
has. Yeah, no, he's got. They've got food. They
Okay,
have food.
then they have food. But yeah,
2,
you
3,
wanna hunt?
4. They have about 2 days. They have about 2 days worth. But now, with what you've given them, they have about 3 days worth of food. So, and remember, you guys can go at least a day without eating before you would get exhaustion. So, yes. What is?
I'm covering this up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's not very much right now, but there we go. Okay, but it's up to you guys if you would like to stop and look around, or
Do
if
we
you guys
wanna
want to
Stop and
continue
take a
going.
break.
And yes, I am cursing to die.
Or would you like to keep going?
I want to hunt or forage for food.
We can
Well,
take a
because
break.
you-
I don't mind if we want to take a break to look
Yeah.
for,
Okay.
Let's take a break.
Okay, easy enough. You guys take a little
so
bit of
that
a break.
they can take a break because I'm sure they're.
You'd making another survival check.
I'll go and get as well if someone else is.
A 9.
I guess I can try too.
You rolled a
I've got-
9.
I've got a little.
Well, no,
Okay.
I rolled a 6 plus 3.
That
sure.
was not intentional.
Lyndall, give
With
it
a
a shot.
9,
Well,
you do see some plants and stuff that you're able to, after you go around for a little bit, you're able to look at
And
them.
What was it? What was the check? Just a
Survival.
Survival.
Survival,
Okay,
yes.
16.
I dropped
Can Linda
the
give
dice.
it a
Can
shot?
I roll it, actually? Because it went out of my hand.
That's fine, yeah. But, Ander, with you going around, you do see some plants. They look.
Give it a shot.
There's some berries and stuff that you find that you're able to find that are stuff that you know that is edible that you can eat. But what you find though, there's only a couple of them of what you knew was edible, so it wasn't going to be enough to make it. But you do find some other plants that have berries and stuff on it that seem nutritious. And you can pick them if you would like to, but there's a chance that they might be poisoned, but you're not 100%.
Hey, does anybody know anything about berries?
So you have the option of either
I don't know
eating them, or you can take them and risk it. So it's up to you.
What did you say?
I can detect poison.
Can I get Akra?
Is Akra hunting? Well, you guys
Well,
are hunting
I'm hunting
around,
right
so
now.
you'd have to bring it back to her. Because you guys are not hunting in the same area, or else you wouldn't be getting the same food. Yeah.
Well, DM question.
Yes.
Would I be able to do just purify food and drink to everything once we get everything?
How much? It should say. I think it says by
5 foot
pounds.
radius.
Everything within a 5 foot radius. Jesus.
All non-magical food and drink within a 5 foot radius sphere, centered at a point of your choice within range, is purified and rendered free of poison and disease.
Why don't we just
you
go
can do that.
purified bushes?
If you wanted to do that, you could do. Yeah, you can. Yeah. So yeah, if you wanted to wait until the food was together, you can cast.
Yeah, I can do that.
Except for this one berry
So do you
that
take
was
it?
outside the radius.
Or no?
I do, but I like use
Separate them.
the bottom of my shirt and like grab them through the shirt so they're not touching my skin and just throw them in my
Have a separate little bag for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Easy enough.
Give
Yeah.
Lindell try the check.
Huh?
The hunt.
Okay. What did you first? You guys
16.
16?
21.
21. Okay, both of you guys, easy enough. You guys are able to find food with a 21.
21.
21. I was like, which one? Yeah, 21. You are able to find 2 days of rations with that. You find one, so you're able to. Yeah, you guys are able to swing up and get enough, and then you're
Attempts to use the crossbow she was given and is never used yet.
She's like, wait, yeah.
What does 6 get me?
6.
A broken leg.
I think that would be a natural 1 would get you the broken leg.
With a 6, you have a really tough time trying to find things. You see a couple things that you're like, maybe, but then it didn't even look questionable, like it's poisoned or anything. It just looks like you can't eat it, period. Yes, like sticks. Like, yeah, so you kind of have a rough time. You don't really find anything, unfortunately. Yeah, you don't really find anything, unfortunately.
I guess I can try.
I mean, we might as well because we're more or less resting for them, and so we can find food.
7.
7?
Yeah. I'm not good at things.
Okay. With the 7, you're looking around. You kind of find similar plants to what Ander had found, to where they look like they could be edible, but you're not sure. So you can gather those up if you want to.
No, Nafi is like,
So
I definitely have no idea.
Yeah, you're like, I have no idea what this is. So you just kind of like, no, and you just kind of back away. Yeah.
Just like,
easy enough.
Stupid today.
Okay, so that's 2, 1, and 1 that is questionable, but you're not sure. Yeah. So you guys, easy enough. We're all back. It takes you guys about an hour. It takes you about an hour to each hunt. So together, you guys come back within the hour.
Let those the people take a rest.
Yeah, they're chilling out. You kind of see that they just really just need more sleep, and you kind of get the sense that they were just walking straight through instead of sleeping beforehand. But now that you guys are here and kind of like, hey, look, security, we have a schedule. You need to rest. You can't just keep walking straight through the night. That they'll probably after a long resting up. Yeah.
Very productive.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep walking.
So do you purify the...
Do you want me to?
Yes, I say.
All right.
Do you do this? And I hand you like a bunch of questionable berries.
Like a little sack, and you're like, I don't know what these are. Can you make them edible?
Literally,
Right, you're like,
can I eat these?
You're like, can I eat these? Same.
Well,
It's like divines help us.
does anybody else have anything of questionable value that they need?
I didn't.
Everybody else
Well, questionable
had stuff they were
value.
like, it's very clear that you're
I
like,
did
I can eat
not
this.
bring anything back.
Omanah came back with some meat. That was, so everything was,
Berries here.
Yeah, no berries,
I'll go ahead and cast Purify Food and Drink.
Easy enough. You go ahead.
On
and
your
you
berries.
cast it on everything, and
Omnivore.
everything is good to go. Yeah. So that is plus 4 more. Alright,
That,
you guys
that
continue.
makes up for the 4 I gave away, guys.
So you guys continue on. So you guys want to continue on for another
I think
4
Akra,
hours?
and I give her like a little wink. A little weird. But
You're like, Akra's like,
Yeah, Akra's like, what?
that's not a thing.
Lot just kind of is staring.
No, I Acker makes a really weird face, like
Yeah, he's kind of making a similar face where he's like,
yeah. And the funny thing is Acker's also like, why does this keep happening?
Yeah,
because it's not the first time this has happened.
Yeah, like, wait, yeah.
It isn't.
No, you remember the one kid that we were traveling with at the very beginning?
That's why Xanthus makes that joke that everyone's in love with Acker.
Yeah.
Everyone is
There was like two people
there was
in the very
Jacoby
beginning.
and Rohan that were both like, Acker.
Also in the tavern.
Oh, there was that one dragonborn. It's just
Oh
kinda
yeah,
like,
he's
hey!
like, yeah, that was, yep, that's true.
You're on fire, me too.
I think he was actually blue.
Yeah, I believe he was lightning. Yeah.
Lightning.
Okay, so you guys
You would
traverse,
like
continue
them.
forward for another 4 hours. Go for it.
Probably same marching order, I'd say, as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Same order. Okay, go ahead and everybody make a survival check for me.
Nice.
Hey, baby.
This is survival.
5.
Yes. 5. Okay, Akra.
Unnatural 20.
Nice. Okay. Lindell.
15.
Roll for Darby. Nothing.
17.
17.
17.
17.
17.
Nice.
Oh, wait.
What is Darby's plus? Yeah.
21.
Yeah, I was like, I know Darby's too proficient. Yeah. All right. Easy enough. And
You realize he messed up so badly, so he's on point now.
He's like, with these trees, I got these trees.
I got these trees. I did 2 natural ones. He's like, these trees, not gonna fool this spunk or this time.
Oh,
Looks at the
there's-
roots. Nope.
Wait, is that a snake? Oh no, it's a branch.
Okay. Yeah,
Keep
you know.
watching him over her shoulder, like.
The little girl's probably laughing at him. Because I like to think Darby would be doing that.
You guys do see, as you guys are walking, you guys are being, Tristan, no. Good boy. As you guys are walking, it's starting to get, the sun is starting, it's not setting, but it's going down as you guys are walking at a very slow pace, but are being much better this time about being careful and being quiet. And you guys do notice, kind of up in the trees, not far ahead, you kind of hear, and you kind of look up.
A monkey?
That sounds familiar to the ogre fight?
Which one?
Oh, I just make a perception check. It took me a second, I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah.
The grunts.
Make a perception check.
The
orcs
orcs
that you fought.
Oh.
Yeah, those were really big goblins. Yeah, they weren't goblins.
Unnatural 20.
Nice.
Okay. It's very similar,
Fuck.
but you do hear a distinct difference.
I immediately.
But with the perception
Stop.
too, you easy enough.
Yeah.
You stop everybody,
Okay, fine.
and you're in front, so you're stopping everybody, and you kind of hear it's in the trees. It's not right immediately above you.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little bit forward. You kind of hear, and with the 20 perception with hearing, you kind of see too, maybe like about 30 feet in the distance. You kind of see, it's kind of hard to make out in the, just with the dim lighting and just how much tree coverage there is, but you do see movement around in the tree, so you got to get the sense that they're up there. But when you stop and everybody just kind of quiet and takes a second, they don't seem to have noticed you guys, but they are up there.
And then you said it did sound similar.
It sounds
to the
similar, but it
orcs
sounds like
from
it
last
sounds like
time.
a distinct difference. It's like you kind of get the sense that it's like the chanting is very similar, and that's kind of like a battle cry. They kind of appear to that, but it sounds very distinct. These are, you would assume, animals that are up there.
Animals.
You believe that they're animals.
Not orcs. Not
orcs.
I'll
Yeah.
motion to the
Not
trees.
orcs. Not orcs
up
in the
ahead.
trees. Yeah.
Tree orcs.
Tree orcs. Oh God! Jumping from the sun.
Now,
What would
if
you
only
do?
we could get the 3 orcs tripping from trees.
Right? You just fall and
They
faceplant.
trip.
Yeah, just
They
faceplant.
In that fight, 3 of the orcs got natural 1s in a row.
Yeah.
So the trend
Natural
3
one.
orcs tripping.
Natural one.
I think we lost
You
Darby
lost.
entirely.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I figured because I didn't hear her for a long time, so I'm sure she will call back in a minute.
But yeah, so I'll
This is
motion.
going to make you
there's,
mad, but...
and I'll say there's animals. in the
Oh,
tree.
not you.
Okay.
You.
What are you doing?
Can
I was gonna say, can
sneak up?
You guys
and-
are now going, since you guys are going at a slow pace, you can sneak.
Yeah, can I... Well, this way.
I will wiggle around everyone to come give you a blessing.
Because you're like, no.
Neither of us are
Ching, 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 ching,
Oh,
ching,
God.
ching, 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 ching.
You see Watto? Yeah.
I give you your blessing. Then I go back.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I rolled for stealth.
Yeah.
Okay, so is everybody? Are you guys
We'll
going to
attempt.
attempt to go?
We'll attempt to stealth.
Okay, everybody.
But I rolled really high. Please let me use that.
Go ahead. You had asked to stealth, so you can't use that yet.
27.
No!
Oh, what did you roll?
20.
I have a disadvantage and I got a natural 20.
Oh, honey.
Let's roll another natural.
Honey.
You got this.
Honey.
You got this.
Next time, just cast it on yourself.
I can't.
Oh.
Yeah, you.
Oh, you can't?
That's
Because
okay.
it didn't help me at all.
I'm sorry, I can't. It doesn't matter. I'm okay.
What did you roll?
So,
I think I rolled a...
Acra.
everyone successful, and then ching 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 ching.
Oh god. What did you
I
roll?
rolled an 8.
An 8? What did Darby roll?
Oh, I didn't roll for that.
It's okay, we're a group.
I rolled a 27. I am
16,
happy.
16?
Like I said, everyone steals
14.
except Acra pulls a leaf out. Ching,
11.
ching, ching.
11? Okay.
You stop that way. We'll stop this way.
15.
Well,
That's pretty good.
this
That's
way.
pretty good.
I was like, I don't know what my ad is.
No, that's pretty good.
Well, I like it
that
on
is
the
not
note.
the page.
I will never.
Zombie
Ever
beholder.
do.
That's not the page.
Turn undead.
Yeah.
Run the other way.
No, seriously, turn unholy on me.
There we go.
So
Yours
Nappy's,
doesn't work, I turn the unholy.
so Nappy's beside Acra.
No, she went back.
And I give
She's
a
back where
roll
she was.
for.
I
I'm
think
hiding behind Acra.
you were up with me, right in the
You're
front.
with-
Alright,
Yeah.
and I rolled for the, collectively I rolled for them for the people.
827. I
For the
dare
peeps.
you.
And rolling for the. Oops. Ooh, okay. So you guys are stealthing.
Oh, they are.
You hear the. You said they're pretty distinct monkey like.
Yeah,
is
I'll
what
say
you
it
hear.
sounds like something like grunting.
Yeah,
in the
it sounds
trees.
like grunting in the trees. And you guys are walking. And you guys are walking. And then. Just hear. Is Lot sneezes. And you're like, silence in the trees. And you see Paul go, turn and go, boy. And you look up
Can Wendell
and you see movement that are coming around, and yeah, clearly have noticed that you are here, and I need everybody to
All
roll
of us?
initiative.
Have they
Not the only.
Oh god.
Well, you'll see what.
Well, we got
who
the
did
same
not.
thing.
roll initiative?
Let's roll to see who goes first on our horrible rolls. You go.
You get 12.
Great axe
It's dim light.
for the first thing to come in view.
Okay, readying your great axe. First thing that comes within view of
So
range.
to run
Within
at
range,
it.
I would imagine. Yeah. Okay.
They throw
Easy enough.
rocks at us.
That's gonna be Lindell.
Alright, so there's trees everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And they're up in the trees.
Do they look easy to climb? Well, easy to climb.
Yeah, I mean, they easy enough. They're very tall, but once you look like as soon as you're able to get footing, you're gonna be able to climb it because even though the branches, they're kind of higher up. There's a couple of branches that are lower, but the more sturdier ones are high up. But then there's a bunch of them up top.
Can I climb the tree?
You can do the climb tree. Go for it.
Too?
Yeah. Make an acrobatics check for me. What
Which
tree are you
tree?
climbing?
Yeah.
Are you climbing a tree with an ape in it, or no?
I was thinking I could just climb one and jump from branch to branch.
You can. Like I said, this is. Imagine there's an upper level.
I have a +4 to acrobat.
And it's about, I would say they're about 25 feet up. Like, these are tall ass trees. Yeah.
Okay. So what is 5 times my height? Nice.
Yeah. 17.
21.
21. You scurry up. You just easy enough scurry up,
Did
and
you
you're
just
up
go
there.
up this nearest one here,
Yeah.
or?
Imagine there's a second level of this. So if you go 1, you'll have to tell me if you're lower level or not. So easy enough. You kind of go up here to a tree and
I
you
want to try to
scurry
go
up.
up to the top.
You go up to the top.
No,
With your movement,
like as
because you
high
have
up as I
20,
can.
you have 25 feet a minute. You can get up to the level that they're at.
Will they see me?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean they all see you. I mean they're well as far as you know, they all see you. So yeah, you're in a tree.
For stealth and threw it away.
You're in the tree. So you're
So does that count as movement?
that's your movement. Your action, and you use your action to climb the tree. Yes. So right now you're up in the tree. So Darby, what is Darby?
Can I use bonus action to try it?
You can. You can. But you don't know. I'm gonna say actually you can, but it's gonna be based on what you had already originally rolled. So you rolled a 27. So if you want to just use your 27 instead of re-roll it, because you don't know if the monsters have seen you yet, and you rolled a 27. So
27.
I figured. Darby.
Every time I
yeah,
control Darby, it
anytime
doesn't
Shannon
work.
rolls for Darby, it's never.
It's horrible.
It's not
Don't.
very good.
It's bad.
Okay, well,
I'm not allowed to play Darby.
don't know
Yeah.
what Darby can do.
Darby
hold
has darts,
action.
and he can hold action. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold
If something comes within range, he'll bop
Hold
it.
action. If 6 comes within range, smack it across the head.
Or really any of them, or just 6.
Any of them, really, but probably 6.
I figured any of them.
Do you want to move Darby so he's like kind of blocking them in front of the NPCs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he's like, wait, ready. So what's he holding? Just quarterstaff, just quarterstaff. So when anything comes in melee range, it's gonna hit it.
Bop it.
Easy enough. And with that, it is monster skill. They rolled pretty high.
No, we all just rolled garbage.
Oh, for a second, I looked at the wrong stat and I went, they don't have that much health. Never mind. I was like, what?
You're about to say, whoa, I'm
There's
there's
a very high level thing right next to their stat block, and I went, whoa, wait a minute. There's not 6 of those. Okay. With that, you see as number 3 and number 2 leap down out of the trees and go to attack each of you. Wait. That is
Holding.
Yeah, Omina. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, no, you're in the back.
Perfect
Yeah,
timing.
so go ahead and make your swing.
Oh, you're in the front?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Omina's
you were
in
black.
I know, I did the same
No,
thing. I was like, no,
black
Omina's in
is-
front. Yeah.
I'm white.
Oh, you're white?
Black is Darby.
Yeah.
No, black is. And
Good boy, baby.
Okay.
Same. That was me.
14.
14, that'll hit. Roll for damage. Weird.
11.
It chops it.
11. Nice. You go and you like as soon as it comes down, it's like you see, and it just goes down, and as soon as it comes down, you go, whoosh, and you slice a good chunk just down. It's just down its side and down its shoulder. It's still up, but it's looking pretty hurt as it comes down and then tries to fight back with you. And that's gonna be a 16. I don't have your thing. Yeah. Huh? Yes. No. Nope, doesn't hit. Okay. And then it's gonna try to swing again, and that's also gonna miss. And then Ekra, same thing. Monkey jumps down, tries to hit, misses, tries to hit again. I believe that also misses.
19.
What is their plus?
19 or above.
They rolled a 19. So the second one misses, and the third one it comes around, and then it does end up punching you. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, as it is now there. This one.
Post-it card by your foot.
Yeah.
That's what. Oh, that's yours. That's yours.
Darby.
The other one. How much movement do you got? Yeah. Okay. Easy enough. 10. Jumps down. Is also gonna take a swing at you, Omina.
Okay.
That's gonna miss. That's also gonna miss. It comes by and you're just like real animated, like it's very like languid, like and you're like, okay, no, this is no, we're not doing this. But then this one is gonna jump down at Darby, so Darby take a swing with the quarterstaff.
Did a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit, unfortunately. So whoosh, tries to crack it and misses. As it tries to hit Darby, that will hit. And that's gonna be 9 points of bludgeoning damage that Darby ends up taking. And then with that, it goes to punch. Huh?
Oh, my head hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry. It goes to punch, and then as he goes to swing the next one, Darby just kind of like ends up like just moving the quarterstaff just enough to where it trips and is now prone on the ground. It's like, and it just kind of it's down.
Did he lose health?
Yes, he loses health. Yeah, he loses. Yeah,
They get 2 attacks.
they get 2 attacks.
Sweet.
But he
It
missed
hit.
so badly the next time, so now 6 is now prone for the record. 5 is up in the trees and is gonna try to hit you, Lyndall.
Oh, thanks.
Gonna try.
Yeah. Sure.
That. Actually, no. Sorry.
I was about to say,
No.
it knows he's there.
No, yeah, no. It
These
does
are
not
some
see you.
Very perceptive.
It goes. I'm like,
apes.
no, wait, no. It doesn't see you. You see it, and it goes and it jumps out of the tree to go attack the feed.
That's
instead.
Ander.
Oh, Ander. But that misses. That's a 9. It does not hit. Yeah.
Not even Andrew.
And 14.
Oh, it hits.
14 hits. Okay.
Oh.
Then it goes. And you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as it just goes. I rolled max twice. As it goes and it just clobbers you right like in the chest and kind of like knocks the wind out of you for a second. And then
I'm down to 5 hit points.
this one is gonna try to come up and hit the thief.
Luckily, I have the flank.
Actually, it's gonna be up in the tree still, and it's gonna just try to throw something at you.
It breaks a branch and chucks.
It's gonna
chucks
it's gonna chuck a
at it.
branch, which that. Chucks a branch, and yeah, it misses you. Yeah, it chucks a branch, and it tries to. You just see as like it's like debris as it's like throwing like something at you. And you're like, and you just see like a tree branch that's out on the ground, and you're like, what the fuck? And you just it misses you, and that's gonna be Andrew's turn.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
How do reaction things work? Like I have something that's
Reaction is like it specifies what it does on your reactions are not on your turn. So if it hits you, you can use a reaction to do something.
Okay.
Yeah, or if it's like reactions are also like opportunity attacks. Like if somebody moves out of your range, that opportunity attack is a reaction.
So if I have a reaction,
Yes.
I could have used it then.
Yes, you can use that now. It's
that's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Well, does it count as my turn?
No, reactions don't count as your
If it's a
turn.
spell, it will use a spell
It will,
slot,
yes,
but-
it will use a spell slot if you use it though.
Okay, I'm gonna use Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
What?
What are you? Nobody has questioned Ander at this point yet.
Never tried to.
I was about to. That's
The
not
creature
normal.
must make a dexterity saving throw.
For the record, I've
is
been questioning
a-
Andrew the moment.
That's a
since
natural
we met
16, so
No one
18.
Oh, what do I roll?
No, it's against your DC, which I don't believe is 18.
Your spell DC.
But I believe he still takes half damage.
It's half damage even if
Yeah.
you save.
Yeah.
So
2d10, isn't it?
Plus
10.
So
Nice. So plus it takes 6 damage.
fire
Nice.
damage.
6 damage. And what kind of six fire damage?
Fire damage.
So you go as you go. So it's like as it goes and it punches, it clobbers you in the chest. You go, ugh, and that's like midway as you go, ugh, and it just suddenly, and it like its arm like ignites. It's like, and it's like trying to pat out flames, and it's not looking too happy. So then now Andrew, now it's your turn. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Oh, I
gonna.
thought it was gonna be like the thing where it goes like it swings at you, but then your chest opens up and it bites its arm.
Wait,
Yikes,
Difficult
no.
terrain means you can
Half
move
speed,
at half
half
speed. Okay. So I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
That's
fine.
fine. Yeah,
And then I'm going to use Shatter. Cast Shatter.
Okay.
Hopefully. I had to move so I didn't hit the kid.
What's the rate you're hitting the spot? I'm guessing. Is it 20 feet?
It's 10 a feet.
10 feet. Yeah, that was like that. That's not 20. Yeah, 10 feet.
Yeah. I had to like.
Yeah, you're gonna like.
move.
Move.
I was like,
Well, you didn't have to move. You still could have targeted this right here, even with standing here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll.
Okay.
Do that.
Do I make a save? I believe for Shatter, or do you make a spell attack?
Let me double check.
And then Acra, you're on.
Yeah, we'll have to make a Constitution saving throw. But I have to roll to make sure it hits, right?
No, you
No.
roll damage if yeah.
Okay.
Which I believe that is that is a 6. So fail. Yeah.
Alright, then creature takes 3d8 thunder damage.
Damn.
Oh,
Heal
that,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, because it failed. It failed. Heal it dead.
Are these inorganics?
I don't think so.
They look like monkeys. Yeah. They look like pretty big apes. Like
Okay, 8.
nice.
Okay, 2, so 10.
10. Tristan,
You need some help
no.
there.
No, there's rest.
17 damage.
17 points of damage. What is
Thunder damage.
thunder damage? And what's it? You're casting Shatter. That's right. Okay, so you go and you're like,
It's a loud ringing noise.
yeah, you're like, as soon as it attacks you, it's like, as it's patting out the flames, you just snap your fingers and you just cast it and it goes, and it just starts screaming wildly as you see blood start pouring out of its ears and then out of its eyes as it kills over dead.
That
You
was
just see-
graphic.
it's like,
Acra goes to cover the child's eyes.
yeah, and you hear it because you're sitting right next to, who are you sitting next to actually?
The little girl.
Yeah, the girl, you just see, she goes, and she just screams and like just like whips around down and it's like, what? But he's dead. Yeah. Accurate, you go.
Well, then.
Hit one, smack it with my sword.
Oh, smack it.
You needed help.
Yeah.
16.
That'll hit.
8. Yes, I was about to say. Is that
I'm guessing you're hitting number 2?
Oh, yeah. That is 7 damage.
7 damage.
Slashing damage.
Nice. Okay, you go.
And is that a bonus action? It is a bonus action.
So you go and you slice and it just carves right across its chest and it's like, and it's not looking happy, but it's still up. It is hurt a little bit, but it's still up.
And then I'm going to. So the little girl's pretty well surrounded, but the mom is kind of
out.
I will
Like,
cast.
hi. Well, you know,
bonus
this is
action.
the dad. This is the dad. The mom's
Yeah, the mom's right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast bonus action, cast Sanctuary on the mother.
Oh, okay, easy enough. You see, she looks down and she glows real briefly for a moment with a small aura, and she's just like looking down, and she just looks at you and just kind of nods a little bit, and that's gonna be her turn. It's gonna be your turn, and that's gonna be Navi. You're up.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at 1.
Okay, go for it.
It's
That's a dex save. Yeah, that's right. Ooh, natural 19. Sorry, they're pretty dexterous, unfortunately.
I figured, but
You got a bonus action?
for my no, I don't want to do it.
Okay.
I was like, for my bonus action, I'll cast Spiritual Weapon. I was like, no.
No. He's rolled a natural 4. The little girl, seeing what happened, screams and starts running.
No! No! These
She
kids are gonna die!
She can't run very far. It's 10, 20, 30.
Done with these kids.
She runs. She's like, nope. She screams. She takes off. She is like not happy about this. You see the dad. He sees that 3, and he's just like, but you see that he only has his one-hand axe, so he just kind of readies himself. He's just like, and he just kind of readies himself. And the mom just kind of like looks back and goes, Lily, no! But they don't move. They just kind of, everybody stays where they're at. So Amina, you're up.
That's gonna be on you then, because I'm not back there. I can't do anything.
I can't do anything
For the
either.
record, the death is not liable for me.
Yeah. I am going to hit number 4.
Well, number 3 was almost dead, wasn't it?
Number 3 is looking really hurt.
But number 4 is closer to them.
I
And
know
number,
Sanctuary
number 3
on the
is
mom.
really hurt, and number 2 is kind of hurt.
Okay, I'll take out number 3 then.
That'll
Nice,
hit.
definitely.
That'll hit.
So that's 5.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
And that's 7.
7 points of damage? Nice. Huh? Yes, you can do that.
Okay, good.
You go and you slash again, whoosh, and it starts bleeding and gushing out blood as it's like now limping and looking pretty hurt and looking a little bit scared. It's still up, but it's looking very not happy.
I'm into a rage at the fact that it's still alive.
It's still alive, but it's barely hanging on. Are you staying where you're at?
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be Lyndall. You're up in the trees.
So, 1. Could I, like... How high up is it in the tree?
About 25 feet.
It's at the same height.
It's the same height as you. You climbed up 20 feet. Yeah.
So, how stable does it look in the tree?
It looks very stable, actually. It's very, like I said, there's a lot of coverage in the tree. It'd be real easy to just be able to just kind of traverse between
No, that's not what
the
I meant.
trees.
Like, it's like foothold. How sturdy does like the foothold?
It's pretty sturdy. I mean, like these branches are
not
thick.
the tree. Like it's it's
Oh,
grip.
it's
grip.
These are apes. So you would imagine that they are extremely capable of climbing in and out of trees.
I was thinking
So,
about
yeah.
getting out of silly, but
It's looking they're pretty traverse with tree coverage.
well. So can I run up? It doesn't even know I'm there. So can I
No.
go up to it?
You can go. Yeah, you can go up to it if you want to.
Go up to it.
Yeah.
Do I stab it in the back?
Go for it. Roll with advantage. Nice. Oh, it's almost so really good. Okay, well
So
still,
it's
nice.
19
That'll
plus
hit.
what?
Huh?
Alright.
Your rapier, so dexterity attack, I would imagine, because your dexterity is higher. So yeah, but that hits. So roll for damage.
It's sneak attack? Does
Yes.
that
Yeah. They didn't know you were there, so that's why you have advantage and you get a
2d6.
sneak attack for it.
count? Alright, so roll this. Roll this. 6.
Nice. 12. Nice. Bless.
Your proficiency plus dex.
They're not your proficiency, but it's your dex.
Just dex.
Yeah.
So
So 12 plus, is it plus 2?
14.
So 14. 14 damage. You go and you give it a chunk, just whoosh, as you stab it just straight through, and it just lets out this like guttural scream, and it is very not happy. It's still up, but barely.
I'm amazed we can fight in the trees.
Yeah, like he's looking very unhappy, but he is still up.
So Darby's up?
Well, do you want to use your bonus action, or are you gonna stay there?
I'll bonus action disengage and back up.
Okay.
Ever so
Easy
slightly.
enough. Darby. He's got a monkey. He is prone on the ground.
Smack
Darby?
that monkey.
Yeah, no, the monkey is prone, not Darby. The monkey is prone. Yeah.
Smack the monkey.
Smack the monkey.
We're both
Smack
laying on the
that
floor
monkey.
looking at clouds.
Yeah. So
Alright, so
roll.
Darby,
Yeah. So
what are you
roll
doing?
for advantage because he is. What is it? Advantage or is it just with? Yeah, because it's melee. Yeah. So roll with advantage. With advantage. So that's 11, 12, 15, and
That's a 16.
So it's
Plus
an unnatural 20 plus 4. Unnatural 20. So that hits.
What do I roll? What do I roll?
And roll for it's a D8 plus 2. 3 damage. Okay, no, that's fine.
Nobody can play Darby.
Okay,
Darby.
well, he can bonus action before Flurry though, so you can punch or kick him.
Is no one gonna
Oh.
go after the little girl?
I'm working on it. I'm working easy.
Working.
None of the people
gonna
who've gone
kick-
yet are close enough.
Kick the monkey.
Kick him.
He's in the
roll,
air.
Roll with advantage
And then
again because
Darby's-
he's still prone.
Darby.
Another 20.
16.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Got wins. Yeah.
That hits. It's just if you crit. So go to so that's a 1d4.
Yes.
Yes. That didn't
So-
roll. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh
Even
wow.
better.
Nice, nice. So that's
Thank
gonna be
you.
6 points of damage. Yeah, don't just toss it. And then do you want a bonus action flurry of blows or just chill or what?
So what's his condition looking like?
He's looking hurt, but he's still pretty beefy.
Flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows. All right, punch him again. Roll with advantage again. Especially too because he's still prone, so I might as well. So he uses up a key point. So that's 12. And a natural 20. And he's using the staff of breaking. So with a natural 20 roll, so roll 2 D8.
Oh yeah, 19s are critical hits too.
Yeah, so roll 2 D8s.
This
And I believe he cast Hex, I believe, on this
yeah,
creature.
cast X.
Yeah.
So that's 6.
Mm-hmm.
7
7,
plus
8, 9. So that's 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you just whack and just. Oh, I'm sorry, not a D8. Sorry, no. Sorry, 2D4s. 2D4s. Sorry. Not the staff of breaking because he flurry of blows, not the staff. Just kidding. 3. I was excited.
3 plus
7, 8, 9. So that's still 9. Still 9 points of damage, yeah. Still 9 points of damage as he goes and he just punches the crap out of him. He is now looking very beat up, very bloody, but he is still standing. Barely. He is looking very, very hurt, but still standing. And that's going to be Monster's turn. With that in mind, this one is going to try to back up and scurry back into the tree. So roll an opportunity attack for Darby. That's gonna hit. that's gonna hit. So roll for damage. Yeah. Yeah, as it tries to run away and scurry back up in the trees, smack and just hits it and just cracks its back in half and it's dead. Number 3 is also gonna try to run. So both Akra and Omina can try to, as it's trying to scurry up into a tree.
22.
That'll hit. 11, yeah. And you also try, it, and it's like, nope, and it goes, and you just slash it, and it just opens up a gash, and it starts bleeding out as it's still running, but then running slower, and then just collapses, and it's not gonna do it. Alright, number 4 is gonna try to swing at Omina. To be a natural 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
5. It's gonna be 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so I take 4.
That's right, you're right. And then it's gonna be, I don't think it's gonna hit, 7, 8, 9. That's 12? I don't think so, yeah, 12 does not hit you. The next one does not hit you as it tries to punch. And number 2 is gonna try to swing at Akra. That's gonna miss, that's a 16. And that's even worse. So, as it goes to punch and you just, with the shield, just kind of just like, nope. Just trying to get it to back off. Everyone is very unhappy and is going to try to run up and smack you. That's going to be a 22 to hit. That's going to be 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Lindell. Yeah. And it's going to try to smack you again. I don't think that's 16? I don't have you.
Of course that hits.
I don't know what your thing is anymore. Yeah. 16.
And 0.
8. That's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep, 0.
You are in a tree.
You are in a tree.
You're dying if you're in a
You're
tree.
in a tree. But since there's so much coverage, there's not really, I mean, you kind of
fall and die.
There's so much because the tree branches are super thick up top that you just kind of fall like against the tree. You're kind of still up there. Whether or not you stay up there is a question. Yeah. But you are currently up there, and then Andrew is gonna be your go.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I can't even get to the girl. Why is her speed so good?
Right.
I can only get here.
So,
I go stand.
Wait. No, you can get her 10, 20, 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, for some reason,
I was like, she's not faster than you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like,
Before you
Okay.
confirm, who here has a ranged attack?
Me?
I sort of.
Yeah. What's your roll a perception check? Yes. Okay, yeah. Easy enough. You go to her. She was hiding, so that's why you had to see if you could see her. Yeah.
She was just like.
No, she's went and she disappeared, so she's hiding. So yeah.
Like, hey, calm down.
Okay, so you're over by her.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, what do you do?
Kind of consoling her.
Yeah, I'm trying to console her. I'm like, don't
Okay.
worry, it's
Console and
okay.
protect.
Okay, you're not doing anything else with your action. You're just kind of chilling.
If something you want
Yeah,
if something comes over there.
So it comes over to you. Okay, Akra, your go.
No, I swing 2.
Okay.
Andrew has Rosie with her hand.
I don't think that's gonna hit. That's a 9.
9 does not hit, unfortunately.
I don't think I can do anything else. Nope.
Okay.
I really can't do anything else.
Okay. And then Naveed, it's gonna be your turn.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on number 1.
Ooh, do it.
No!
Plus
9 plus 5, 14.
That hits, actually.
God.
I was like, oh, okay.
That is a cursed spell with us.
Dude, clerics can't roll a guiding bolt,
second.
man. I was like, I can't.
I just realized something.
Yes.
I'm 25 feet up. How are you
But you
gonna get me down if I'm unconscious?
That's a good question. I mean, you can try to hit the tree. You can try to, like, knock the
Shake
They're
the
pretty
tree.
sturdy, though. Ooh.
6.
Woo!
That was a 5.
Mm-hmm.
12, 13, 14.
It's
5.
yeah, which is very good because Linda
You're
was
stuck up.
Linda was stuck up there with him.
We're
And
even.
it's- Oh, okay.
It's not throwing
Oh, that's
things
fine.
at you.
Yeah, he goes
I'm
and you just like
unconscious.
you see movement in the trees and you just see Linda go and is like slumps like over like on a tree, just kind of like slumped over as like this ape is standing over him and you're just like and just like this guiding bolt of just hits him and knocks him straight down out of the tree. You just hear and just hits the ground and yeah, he did.
This is why this sucks. My sneak plans never work.
Well, you kind of always get yourself trapped with something
Yeah.
far away from us.
Yeah. What? 30. You see his lot, looks at you and goes, and goes, and looks around to see if anything's there, but he's standing there. Like,
He thinks he's kind of like, God,
he's like, I think I can make you like Lillian size. Like, he's like, I think I might be able to catch you. And then Lillian is just staring at you and is just like, and just like looks like she wants to run off, but she's like, she's like, I think you're safe. And everybody's chilling there. With that, let's see, we got. He's going to. The husband's gonna see this and just try to take a throw. He's gonna throw his axe and try to take a swing. Oh, that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. So he goes and he swings, and what is his?
Paul.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. Paul's like, wait, I got this.
Mr. Rogerson, I suggest you invest in child leashes.
And he goes and he swings.
We have a collar.
I mean,
Are there 2 parts of the collar, or was it just the one?
Well, it was a collar, and you have to attune to it.
Yeah.
So once you put it on
Apparently,
someone, you know.
Xandis is attuned to it.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
Knows where you guys.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Santas knows where Acra is.
Awesome.
So you see as
thought it was
exactly. I was like, so he throws the hand axe at number 2, and he watches it swings, and he goes, whoosh, and it just sticks and like is embedded right between his neck and his shoulder, and it's like, and it just goes and it takes and just throws it on the ground, and it's like as it's like bleeding, and it's not looking too good. Omina, hey, go for it. Well, he hit number 2 is what he hit.
Oh, the number 4.
Yeah,
Go for it. And that's 14 plus 6, so
that'll hit. 12 to yes, nice. And it is looking. You go and you carved a huge chunk out of it, and it's looking very now frightened and worried, especially seeing everything that's going on. It's barely standing, still standing, but it's not looking too happy. Lyndall, you are. Give me a death saving throw for me.
12.
That's a pass.
Yeah.
Darby.
You can probably go hit forward.
Yeah, you can get around. Yeah, I'd say you get around 10, 12. Yeah.
Which
you
way
can
is he
easily-
facing?
He's facing him now, but
Well, could he get right here?
So
Could he get right here?
30. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, because he has 40 feet of movement. Because
Yeah,
he's
so
so
he's
usually
flanking.
flanking. So
Flanking.
throw with advantage.
About a swing.
Okay, so it's a 14, and then with advantage. Why are you rolling in the corner? Natural 1. Why are you rolling in the corner? Then 14, that hits. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not trying to.
Roll on the board, but
There's
14
an
hits.
incline. I won't hit
1d8.
the die pieces. Well, 1d8?
Mm-hmm.
7.
7. Okay, you go.
9.
He sneaks around the back. And Darby's like, flips the quarterstaff into the back, and just clobbers him right in the back of the skull, and he just drops instantly. It just hits. Just hits that sensitive part of the brain and just kills him. Yeah, instantly. Hey, Darby's just like,
Bobby would be like,
yeah. It's like, yeah, and just like with the staff and everything, and that's gonna be Monster's turn. Number 2's going to try to run. Yeah,
gonna-
it's looking very
so I
hurt.
get attack with
It's
help.
trying to scurry up the street.
I'll
So
get attack.
Yeah, so opportunity attack.
22.
Hell yes.
Kill
It's
it.
trying to
dead,
scurry. It's
kill
trying
it,
to run.
dead.
kill.
9 slashing damage.
Yeah, 9 slashing damage. It goes to scurry up the street, and you just, as soon as you see it, you're like, nope, and just slice right down its back, and it just drops back, and it's dead. So that's it, guys. Yeah. As Lot's like, guys, like just looking up at the tree, still like.
Acra walks over like, you always do this to yourself.
Yeah. Right. Darby's like,
I do.
I imagine Darby would attempt to climb the tree.
Acra's like, I can't.
Make an
I've tried this
acrobatics
before.
check for Darby.
It's always Darby.
Well, Acra could not.
What is it?
Is that a 9? Okay, that's a 9.
I'll do an acrobatics to get there.
9.
Plus 4, 13.
13.
Darby also has an unmovable rod.
Yeah.
We can just hit him out of it.
13
Well,
does
no,
get Darby
stick it up in the
tree.
air.
Darby,
Immovable rod. It's 11.
it takes Darby. Darby, it takes him a little bit of time, but he is able to get up the tree. Yeah. Okay, 20. No, yeah, 20 feet. No, yeah. Like, Darby's easy enough, able to get up into the tree, grab Lyndall, and
I'll pick up the axe and hand it back to him too.
Okay. Easy enough. Paul's just like, thank you. And he takes it back.
I will come over and heal
We'll have
you.
to. Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest
Somebody
Heal
heal.
me, please. I said
Heal me, please.
I'm at 5.
Okay, I'm gonna
Do you have
cast
iPhone?
Prayer of Healing.
Although I think
How many people have been hit?
that's 100 XP each, by the way, guys.
Okay, who is not at full health?
Danica.
Me.
Okay, that's 3 of you.
I'm not super hurt. It's only a little bit, but
Yeah, mine's just a little bit too.
Well,
I'm big hurt.
okay, well then, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still, it's 4. Did Darby get hit?
Nope. Yes, very much
So I'll
so.
yeah,
cast it
Darby's
on.
really hurt.
Okay, I'll cast it on all 5 of you. 2d8 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is 5.
Yeah, Darby's hurt.
Ooh, max!
Oh, nice.
I think 18, 19, 22, 1, guys.
Nice.
I'm good.
Nice.
I've never felt so healthy in my life. You healed me for higher than my max HP is.
Nice.
Would you? Is that per?
I think it's
Every person
per.
gets,
Yeah,
because
I
I
think
can
it's
cast
per.
it on up to 6 targets.
Yeah, I believe it's
But not myself.
So how much was that?
21.
You gain 21 HP.
So all of us are max.
Yeah,
all
each
of us
gain
are
that
back
much.
at
Yeah,
max.
so yeah.
Am I awake?
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're alive, awake, alert.
You feel
enthusiastic.
super.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super aware. You're like, huh. Wait, I thought only Darby felt like this. Yeah.
Thank you, dear. I feel so much better.
But yeah, with that, we'll have to come to a pause. So I need to take Vinny back home. Yeah.
Linda would be like, again?
I was like, God damn. Yeah, okay, so Darby's holding you again. As for
Okay.
healing's going on, Darby's like,
Darby's like holding you, climbing down the
coming
tree.
down, like, and he's like, hi. Yeah.
Darby just
He's great.
hi.
He's like,
I'm getting up and I'm falling to the ground.
he's like, oh, okay, fine, Jesus. Yeah.
What happened next? Well, that is a story for another time. Don't fear, adventurer. The tale of these heroes isn't over yet, and I'm eager to reveal what happened next. But it's time for you to rest. Good night, dear adventurer. I'll be waiting for your return so I can continue the story. The majority of the music heard through this podcast was composed by Lee Rosevere. You can find his music at Lee Rosevere, LeeRosevere.bandcamp.com. Evil Incoming was the song I used for battle music, which was composed by Kevin MacLeod. You can find it at freepd.com/epic.php. Thank you for listening to our crazy and wild shenanigans. Please feel free to tweet me at DazzleMeBro with questions or comments to either myself or any or all of the other party members. I will show them all accordingly, and clickable links will be in the video version description of this on YouTube. And with that, I thank you all again, and have a wonderful, wonderful night.